Welcome, boys, girls, and everyone else, to the final table of the Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's League. I'd like to thank Nathanael for managing the stream today. You'll be hearing from him and Jenn later on. But for the first game of 3, I'll be joined by Corak. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Nathanael's been putting in work. I think he did the broadcast the last 3 days now, so...
Absolutely. It is an underrated job, but it takes a lot of time, and thank you so much for doing it. Yeah. But it's the final day. Yesterday we saw top 8 teams battle it out. Only 4 teams remain. It's going to be a 3-hand-chan battle to see which team takes the trophy. And we're casting all of them today. So if you're here, hopefully you'll stick around and see who wins. But yeah, I guess before we look at our teams, let's talk about our sponsors real quick. We are sponsored by USPML and WRC. In USPML, we've got Sierra's Nest, a New York mahjong studio fully equipped with the Slim Score, the Ultimate, and the Rex 3 order tables. WRC is the World Riichi Championship, the most prestigious international tournament in the world. It's held once every 3 years, and next which will be in New York in 2028. And it would be remiss of me to not at least mention the Emily collab that we're going to be seeing in New York and Las Vegas, where we have 6 M-Leaguers, as well as lots of other mahjong celebrities. We've got Yumi Otani, we've got Hiroshi Yamai, Jenn, Ryoi Hirano, Moriyama, president of JPML, also is going to be coming there. It's a rare opportunity to meet so many mahjong professionals. And recently, we extended the early bird sort of deadline
discount.
To get a discount. That's what I'm looking for. Discount, exactly. Because we had yet another celebrity to announce. That being famous YouTuber Yusong. So, I mean,
of course, president of JPML, all sorts of people will be there. And if all that isn't enough, we also have a bunch of auto tables. I believe 2 are going to be door prizes, 3 go to the top 3, and I don't remember what the last one is, but there are 6 total.
In day 1.
All right, so with all of that, should be a lot of exciting action over there. Sign up. You can find the tickets on the site, of course. But with that, let's go ahead and talk about some players.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Please introduce our players.
All right, in the east seat, Miki Tsukada. In the south seat, Rina Hata. In the west seat, Yuka Higashikawa. And in the north seat, Riko Kondo.
Yeah, I do enjoy how we've got Jansaku and Jansaku TV as 2 different teams. They both made the final 4.
I've always treated that kind of as YouTube versus YouTube TV. I'm sure they're technically different inside the way the organization is structured, but at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's still just kind of fun, though, when you see not only 2 teams in the same sort of group, but also both of them making it to that final 4. This was a hard position to earn. But yeah, 3 games. Let's
down to the
game 1.
Final 4. Let's go ahead and jump in. And it's all business. You see, sometimes they're giggling or doing their outfits. And no, it's just focused down on the tiles. No smiles. They can tell this is the final.
Absolutely. So I believe it is rules same as usual, perhaps with the time limit being removed. I'm not sure about that, but if this goes longer than 80 minutes, we'll find out.
Sure enough. Well, that looks like a nice little Pinfu hand here for the dealer. Plus, we'll do the word Sanshku in there. Let's say Pinfu hand a little bit worse, but you can clearly see the blocks. We'll start with the Haku following up the initial discard. We have a 3rd Haku here. I imagine that comes out fairly soon, and it does. Mediocre to poor Pinfu hand there. Dora is the 7-mon. And that hand is pretty bad. Maybe some sort of Honitsu in Pinzu eventually. 7, so pretty good floater here. There's a Sanshku 5, 6, 7 if you get there. 1, so might moves this towards Honitsu. This is one of those that's hard to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we do have the acceptance of the Dora with the 8-9 shape, but that does require drawing the Dora. And if we can use any other value elsewhere, that is going to be more than acceptable.
So East pair up there for Kondo, so could potentially call later. 4-pin pair up, could end up Tanyao. Now an 8-8-9 shave. It's just a frustrating hand to play because there are so many ways to go and you're just not sure which one it's going to be. And whatever you choose, you're going to backfire. First East is thrown and called. Might be Honitsu brute force. And a force so suggests not hard committing, but likely moving that direction. Third
Especially now the
pair
7
here.
is safe. Well, not safe, but not needed by anybody.
And want to do a Honetsu, but it's just not happening. Cuts the extraneous 8 so here. 2 so. Ugh. 2, 5, 8, 9. Still has
Yeah.
honors to get rid of. Yeah, just throws it back. That is largely a sign of giving up in the hand.
Welcome everyone in chat. It's always good to see you. Hopefully you're as excited as we are for this final table.
Tuso will Sakigiri Chun. That's a good save tile. The problem is the rest of the hand's so bad, I might just keep it anyway, but it will get tossed back. Once who goes back, didn't trust the 2. 1 pin. Okay, now we're definitely moving towards Honetsu.
Yeah, the flush is happening. At the very least, it's there's a dream. There's a dream there. It's worth it pursuing.
It's more than a dream. It's an active thought.
Yes.
A dream is more like this hand turning into Riichi Pinfu Tanya. Like, I'm sure it's possible, but good luck.
Yeah, we did just fill in the 567, which is really nice to see. Let's just use the Dora.
We drew a Dora there, so maybe it isn't Honetsu anymore. Hatsu goes back. Of course, there is one of those cut already, so it's not that good.
Yeah, exactly. The only way to really get the last one is probably going to be by calling it, and that's a hand you kind of want to reach if you can.
5 pin.
Another fill in here. The pin through is not going to happen anymore unless we get something around that 5 of bamboo.
The 8 so. Ooh, 6 pin. That's interesting. Going to hold the door. Still cuts the tune. 6-0, pretty useless. It goes back. Especially if I can cut the 7 earlier. It's not even that good as a floater. 8 bond. Well, there's an Onko. This feels like a what floater you want to cut.
Usually you'd want to get rid of
It has to be one of the 3s, doesn't it? I mean, I wouldn't do a 3 so, but the others are fine. Goes to the pin, and there we're going to see the south held as a safe tile, largely getting up in this hand. 1 mon goes back. No, a 92 useless. Oh, second Dora. Okay.
Maybe the all inside route is a doable if you're trying to call this to speed it up a little bit.
Well, would you really hope you just pair up the 8 and then cut the 9 and use that as your pair?
That would also work, yeah.
5 pin. 44577. Still has this extra Hatsu as a safe tile. 2 mon useless with a 3 in the pond. Shaw pair up. Well, I guess that's your pair. Your Ishanta now should be 3 pin or 5 so. Go for 5 so. South. This hand just isn't happening. Which is always the problem with Honetsu, is it's so beautiful and so tempting, and oftentimes just gets stuck because you stop drawing anything in the suit.
Yes.
Probably 3 pin here. Ooh, 1-1. It's not a hard fold, but it's definitely, I'm not thrilled with this hand type play. 3 pin goes out, now you have an 8-8-9.
1 away.
CD3 called, moves the hand forward, but it's still very slow. 6-0 useless.
Didn't help us last time, it's not going to help us now.
7. Okay, this is Ishanta. A really bad one, though. Cuts the other one, so. Probably trying to squeeze that 3 pin. Just want to have to throw it into the maybe.
You really
into this
obvious
one too.
It's just not going to come.
Well, that is a call for Ishanta. It's still hard to make anything from it.
I think it's just a play for Tempai at this point. Just to get that
Tempai payment. Ooh, could go 7-9 here. Call this down for Tanyao. You don't really want to cut Pinzu into this. I like the 3-so cut.
Okay.
And yeah, that 1 pin is okay. Well, we need to try and make Tempai here, so we keep as many floaters as possible. 3, so actually an interesting talk. Could go 4 pin, but you don't really want to give it to the Honetsu hand to your right. Yep. We'll do it though, because I want the Tempai and the 4 passes.
It's a nice side
grade. It looks like it's Honetsu. You look at that pawn, but it's not.
Yeah.
Tempai now 3-6 pin. And that's Tempai. Could Dama here. It has to be the 9. Question is Riichi or Dama waiting on the 5 mon only. Dama's
Choosing
here.
the Dama. Makes sense. Still plenty of worlds we end up getting to use the Dora. Not that there are any Dora left to draw, but still.
9, so isn't it? 2 pin, not a great tile, but I think you just have to shove it anyway.
Dude Monks is
Really
coming up with
doesn't like it.
an interesting way to specifically ruin Gemma's day. Oh no.
Nope, getting out of here. All right, West isn't going to help. Will be called. It's going to be dealing. Probably will. Out goes the 6.
There it is. So not a huge early win, just all inside Dora 1. But
yeah, you don't even feel that bad about dealing it because you're thinking you were probably paying 1,500 on temp by payments anyway. The problem is it's dealer, so it hurts a lot more.
Yes. Still, they just have to make one good hand, and the comeback can begin. I usually don't feel too bad when it's 1 or 2 hand, especially if I've sort of established that the hand is 1 or 2 hand. Just because at that point, you know the risk, you've accepted the risk, you think it's worth it. If it doesn't pay off, well, at least you had the right information and think you made the right call, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, that's generally how I'd treat it. Well, this is a Kanchan Hell, but possible value with the Itsu and Adora. There's a Pinfu hand. Does that an annoying 3579 shape? Now it's even more annoying, 35799. The upgrade that doesn't even get you the Itsu.
Yes.
Couple pair of 9s there. Ooh, 6-man's a great draw. Riichi Pinfu, Tanyoi, Peiko, Dora, possibly. East goes back. 4, and I have a 2, 4, 6 in Manzu. 1 pin connects to the 3. Hand's still bad, though. 3, so, okay. 4 pin pair up. Not really what you're looking for. A hand already has enough pairs. Speaking of good pairs, though, what about a Dora pair up? Could even go Tanya cutting the 9-9 later. Hatsu goes back. 3 pin, nope.
Doesn't help at all.
7 mon, ugh.
Technically pair 4, but
Do you go 1 so, baby?
I might consider it. I don't like it, but it might be the
I don't
best
like
of bad
anything.
options. Yeah, exactly.
There's an old rule that if you don't know what to do with a draw, just throw it back, because it's usually not terribly wrong.
That's very fair, yeah. This hand really wants to be something valuable. We're just going to go for the all inside just in case we can cash in those Dora.
Yeah, Tanya
It's
Dora
also
2 at
like-
least gives you some callability. Then you don't worry as much about your bad blocks because you have 2 drawing pools, yours and whatever comes to your left. Oh, well,
there's our pet.
it
Never
was
mind.
Shito, unfortunately. So if we'd cut the 1 so we'd be in the same spot anyway. So it didn't matter.
Exactly, yeah.
Now the 6-0 is the most efficient cut, but I think I'd still continue with the 9 pin. Goes
Yeah.
with the 6-0 though. 1 mon pair up. That's now 3 pairs, all terminals. 5. Ooh, that's an awkward draw. Out goes the Dora.
Instead.
Not pawned. I mean, I'd have definitely taken that, but his reward for the patience, now Ishanten gets the 8 pin pull, and Tanya's out of the question now without some shifting.
See if anyone tuning in, this is a 3-hand Chan format for the final 4. After 3 games, we will have our first place, our second place, our third, and our fourth.
This is the grand final hunch on 1 of 3. 1 show here. Ugh. Hand just not
Speaking of 7
budging.
pairs hands, we've discarded 2 pairs, and
well, when you have discarded the 2, that's the initial sacrifice. The problem is that you have to have made 9 pairs at some point.
yes.
Throws the 6 back. Normally you would keep the 6, but with one of those 2 Mondora already having come out, you figure the other is just absolutely locked up, so it's not that useful. Oh, 3 so accidentally revealed to the table.
A bit of extra information on the table. Maybe we might see some players refuse to discard tiles around that 3. Should we ever see a reach from her?
9 so Onko. Is that? No, it's 2 Shunten.
It's still 2 away.
3. It's a 1-1-3.
It's still 2 away, but maybe we could get 3 Concealed Trills if we're very, very lucky. We'll have to see.
Now, the problem is we're kind of running out of draws now. We're
Yeah.
mid-hand, and the hand's still bad.
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of the case for everyone at this point, honestly. But yeah.
I feel that's one of those rules. If you're talking about Sonanko, a hand is usually very bad. It may be workable early on, but usually it's just a bad hand. I like 7-1 here.
Yes. And that's what we're see. But yeah, that's the thing though. I think with most of the harder to make Yaku, it's the only reason you ever go for it is when you have to. You don't really have much of a choice otherwise.
Yes. And Sonako at 2 hot is just criminally undervalued. It's because you ideally stack it with Sumo and Riichi, but
yes,
by itself at 2 hot, it is not good. Ooh, how aggressive do you want to be? Cuts the 1, so not giving up on this just yet.
How is
6
the
so goes
I'm
back.
looking at now. Okay, so they don't see any played. So that's
2 so. That is Ishunten for Itsu. I mean, you cut the 4 pin here. It
yeah.
Cleared it last turn. You can even call this down for Itsudora 1.
Yeah, it's definitely one situation where I actually would consider calling it to. I tried to always make it closed, but when your 2 shapes are just both awful to fill in.
Oh, big draw. Riichi. Oh, taking the Entotsu rather than the Ipeiko shape here. This is a 5-8 in Pinzu and 8 Mon, but the 5 pin is dead.
Yes.
It's because the 4-7 so bad here.
Yeah, I think it still is more tiles, as you say, just because we do see so many of the 4s and 7s. One right here, of course.
Yeah, it was in the wall, but it got drawn by someone who is not going to shove it. So still Ishunten if you push. The 2 pin is Gimbutsu, the 3 is Gimbutsu. I think it's just a matter of which one do you cut. This should just be the 3 pin, and it is.
Absolutely.
2
So
pin.
I might count 6 tiles remain. I think 3 of each for this reach from Kondo.
And there's another 4. So it was actually a really good weight in the wall, but they're all being drawn by Tsukada. That is Tempai. This should be a chase.
Yeah, with Dora 2, it's very hard.
Riichi Dora 2, even bad weight. I think you have to take it. Will Dama, though, no Yaku here, and it deals in on the Shimbun side. Riichi Tanyao.
Did not for Beradora, but more than happy, I'm sure, for Kondo getting that. Probably the first big hit of the game. Well, okay, say big.
2,600, one home, and of course get the stick back, and we have a tie for first place between Kondo and Tsukada. But Hata, after dealing in, will be dealer in East 2.
Also, yes, just to reply to chat. Yeah, I did say Gemma specifically. I know she has opinions on certain clients.
I feel Gemma and I are going to meet at the M League event and just spend the entire time arguing about A rules.
Honestly, that seemed like a really interesting conversation. The do you can while playing A rules. I would be very curious to see. It's a rule set that I know the rules of, but I've never actually tried. And it would
I've
be.
tried it with new and intermediate players, and it's miserable. I do not advise it to anyone. If you deal with experienced players, it's not terrible. But if you're dealing with even intermediate level players, no, it legitimately is just con.
I see.
Because there's no downside.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, look at these hands. Nicely Itsu developing here in Monzu needs a 2 and a 5. 4, 5, 7, 8 does have the overlap here. Ooh, great
nice
fill there with
here.
the 3 Von. This is Ishan 10, but it's a really bad one. There's no value in this.
It's almost the Ishanta I want to cut the 8-9 with, because it's early enough that we can draw something around the 6 bamboo instead. And that's exactly
that
what we
is the
see.
play. Keeps a floating 6. Ooh, Penchun fill.
Amazing
Gets rid of
fill.
the overlap in Monzu. 5. Okay, Ishan 10.
Just missing that
Needs
too.
that 2-mon. So, well, if you have one floater, let's just take 2 floaters instead. Well, you didn't need the second 7, so.
No.
It was nice to fill once, but you don't need to fill it twice.
Oh,
3, 4,
okay.
5, 7, 8. It's Shaw, 1 so or 3-mon. Goes with the 1 so.
Keeping the West as a safe target is once discarded already.
One mon goes back. 7 mon. I mean, it's a wider shape. Cuts the 7 pin. The 7 here is being held specifically if there's a Honitsu shift.
Yeah, I like that.
It's so close now, you have to keep it in mind. Even though you have that 6-7 with the Dora. Ooh, pair up. Now you're actually 6 block. Which block is the worst? I kind of like 3 so here, but I also
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
mind 9-9.
I think both are perfectly fine in the situation.
The
What has
classic
been
situation where
discarded?
you have your 5 blocks determined and then something randomly pairs up that's actually a really good pair. You'd have to stop and think about which of your 6 blocks you want to throw.
Yes. Looking at the board, we see 1, 1, and 1, 4 pin discarded.
5,
We were going
6.
to.
Okay. Oh, now you have to just go for
And
it.
now this is
Now
what
you
I'm
just go.
saying.
No.
I guess the 6 pin is Dora. That does change things a little bit. It might, if the 6 pin wasn't Dora, you would go for the flush every time, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd still go for the flush.
I think that's fair. I think switching to the flush would be fine, but trying to get into Tsukada's head for a second. And once, yeah, like maybe even
Goes
thinking of
out.
flush here. It's a bit early. It's a bit late for the switch, but
Oh, the backfire.
oh,
We'll go ahead and take the Riichi Dora 1 here, though, waiting on 5-8 pin.
it's not Pinfu. We do have the pair of the dragons. Pinfo, I like to call it. It's a fake. A replica.
Pinfo, yes. I go north instead. Throws the Gimbu 2-1, of course. Ooh, Chun.
Just the reach on the table
That is the
alone, though,
play.
is gonna.
Yeah, but that
slow us
pub's
down a bit.
also really weird.
Yeah, that's true.
That I'm kind of, what's the 7 pin? Especially that concerns me that there's 2 Dora. It kind of feels Chitoi Dora 2.
Honestly, yeah, those discards look very odd. And that would be one of the conclusions I'd come to for sure.
6 so, of course, cuts through the Chun. Tuso
Up
Onko. I mean, that's a really good Ishan 10.
have to cut the 3-mon and or the 7 of bamboo.
The 3-mon looks a little scarier than you might think
Yeah.
because the 6-mon, 1-mon, you're
Yes.
going, because the 1-mon was the Rituta, why was that held?
Yes.
And then the Suji is much less reliable.
Exactly. And if you're thinking the hand looks like a Chitoi, as you were saying, then Suji
having a 1-3 where you're hedging for a regular shape anyway seems perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, another pair.
Not really 10. Well, if you're going to throw the 3, this is the time because you do have Sananko upgrades.
But
no, that's a fold.
3-mon's just too much. It makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, here,
Actually,
nothing in this hand's good. So,
but going pay, definitely the safe route.
Yeah.
That is Ishan 10. Would have to throw the 9, 6, or 3. Goes with the 3. There goes the
West will
other
be safe.
well.
Playing the tile that might be dealing into other players first to get that out of the way. Another player with the 3-mon. She
doesn't like it either.
No.
Yeah, you can see immediately with the left side of the head going, hey, wait a second.
I can't play this. under any circumstances.
I really, really want to play this, but I know I really shouldn't.
Hmm. Two-pin doesn't...
That's actually
actually
Ishan
does
10.
kind
You
of
have a
help, yeah.
6 Kanshan in there. If
On the
you're
very
going
rare day
3.
that we draw that Dora, would certainly be a very nice tile to have.
Well, that's Tempai. Do you dare gem the 3? Yes, it goes out. Riichi Mahjong Dora 1. 5/8 pin.
It's
So
a
we have
shared
5/8
weight.
pin versus 5/8 pin.
It's now time to
And
talk about a certain rule that we have on this format. That is the head bump rule. If anyone does deal in, Higashikawa will be the one to take the win, not Kondo. Kondo is unfortunately sat in the wrong seat today, so she doesn't get to win this hand.
yes, oftentimes referred to as head bump, where one person wins and the other doesn't. It's very frustrating if you're that second person. That is also Tempai. Would be waiting on 6-pin Dora, which has come out recently from one of the Riichi hands. So we have 3 players Tempai now. The only person who is not is the dealer.
The super counting. How many of the 5/8 do we actually see? All the 8s are accounted for.
It doesn't like this 9. You could even Sumo Riichi this, but I imagine this gets pushed Dama. Which it does. Now Hatsu's going, what do I do with this? Continue cutting the north.
So by my count, I think we have 1 5-pin left for both of these Riichis.
3, that is an upgrade here, but you would lose value. Wouldn't even necessarily have Tanyo anymore.
Yeah.
I think the 3 seems fine since the 6 came out post Riichi. But now it is Tanyo or no Yaku. That 1 4-pin weight.
We're going to see a full... Actually, not quite a full fold. But yes, currently it is 1v1v1.
6 has just come out. 9 is plenty safe. I believe 2 more draws. This and 1 more. Another Onko.
Maybe one last chance to sneak
This
into
is
Tempai.
Haite. Nope.
Nope.
3 players Tempai. Everyone but dealer, so we'll move to East 3.
Also, welcome on in. Exactly, finals. Yes. It's good to see
Yes,
you.
we're in game 1 of 3 of the grand final.
Yeah, with this format, I don't think you're necessarily going to be going for second place. Maybe there are prizes for second place. I'm not sure. This is something I'd have to ask Jenn. But I'm pretty sure you're going for first or nothing, right? So you need at least one
especially
win.
in game 1. Well, in game 1, there's I really want first, but if I have to take second, I guess I can.
Yes.
The strategy and the prize implications are much more relevant to game 3. Not even so much game 2. You're still positioning in game 2.
Also, headbutt brings me indescribable sadness. Yes, that's correct.
Yes, I always feel the person in camp with head bump should be bumped on the head. East pair here, possible Dora acceptance. I shall have Pinfu hand here, possibly Peiko in Manzu with a Dora in there. Let's say Pinfu hand, maybe 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku potential. They receive that East has been called. There is a Honetsu, but it's a long way off, so I would not expect it. 6 and X nicely with the 7.
This hand is building very, very nicely. Potentially, Itsu probably just all inside.
Yeah, I feel it's reached Pinfu Tanya Dora. Probably going to be the pair, honestly. 3's a great build there with the 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 now.
The only prize is glory, which makes sense. Even if it's just winning on a TV table, nothing wrong with that at all.
And not even considering the Itsu play, draws the 1, cuts the 9.
I think that's very fair.
1, 3 here. Hatsu. Actually, decent floater. Kind of surprised it got thrown back.
Yeah, I may have kept the 9 over the 8 there, just in case. The 8-man, like, it wasn't doing much on its own.
6 pin, possibly Peiko there. Pay, nope. 2 pin. I said, try to find a pair.
Kind of
That's a
mouse.
really annoying draw for a pair.
Yeah,
This is technically an upgrade, but you lose all your value if you use it as a pair, so it gets thrown back. 9-mon pair up. I mean, just goes to the 2 pin. I'd have got a 9 so, but okay. 5. Ooh, that's the draw you're looking for. I think it's just 4-mon. Yeah. Just about any Pinzu tile gets you Tempai here. Good weight.
Of course, it's going to be the 8 pin. That's just how the world works, right? After discarding the 9, it's going to be the 8 pin.
Yes. Well, there's your 8 pin. You did ask for it.
I parrot. Yes, my commentator's curse, unfortunately, manifested.
All
No,
right,
it's a 3.
3. That is the one line that
Well,
doesn't give Tempai.
Okay. It won't do. But yes.
The 1, 4, 7 or the 2, 5, 8 both give Tempai. The 3, 6, 9 did not. And of course, the 3 is drawn because that's how this game works.
Of course.
Haku goes back. 3 so. Well, they have a 3, 4, 5. No, Ishunten. 7.
Pair up.
Interestingly, if the 1 or if the 7 would have been cut last turn, there'd be any Peiko here. But as it is, it's a very messy draw. I kind of like the 1 pin, honestly. It's not the most efficient, but okay, Karagiri. It's definitely not the most efficient, but it gives a lot of options that guarantees tateniu.
Yeah, as you say, if you don't quite know what to do about it, just send it back.
4 pin. Ooh. That's
nice.
a draw.
Yeah.
This allows you to cut the 5 if you do draw that 2-mon.
Yes.
3 pin. Oh no, not again.
And in this situation, had we kept the 7 of bamboo pair somehow, known who had drawn the 3 back.
Ooh, that's a nice little Peiko upgrade with a 1-mon pair up. And we're going to see the call here, Tempai, Shempoled on the ugly 6-mon, 9-mon Shabo. That is Tempai on the 2-pin Riichi. There it goes, Riichi, Pinfu, door 1, 5 so, 8 so.
I see a little bit of defensive play, at least for now. At least for the Ipatsu turn.
Now it goes to 7. Back goes 4.
So by my count, 5 tiles remain for this pin for each.
Oh, that is not Tempai, but it's a very wide Ishunten. And that still technically keeps it, but would need the Sanzo.
Yeah.
Be 3 so, Pinchon being left. 1 pin. There are all those 3s, but you're kind of wondering why the 2 came out afterwards. Says it's fine though, I'll just shove it. 7 could switch this to a 5-8 Ryanman. And we'll do so.
That'd be fine, yeah. Ideally, you want to get that Dora.
So it is 5-8 versus 5-8. Different suits though.
That is the 8 of characters.
This is just 1 so here. I feel this head is done.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
You can see the log pause. That's the sign of I really want to throw this, but I know I shouldn't. Do I have the discipline to get away from it in distant 4th? The answer is yes. Good fold there by Hata.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind is even if you're in 4th place, you can always be a bigger 4th. The score does matter. Frank bonus obviously is huge, and we keep talking about that, but
there is the 1-8 that doesn't deal in. With the 6-7 come out, the 9 doesn't feel that bad.
Oh no, we changed our weight. Of course we did. Yes.
Yes. That's why it came out. It says, okay, 7 pin's too much. So we now only have 1 player Tempai. Should be 8-8 pin. That is safe. Nope, throws the 2 back. I'm completely giving up on this.
That's the 8 of characters.
That
We
is
will see.
it, but the weight was
Oh, wait, no, it's
changed
not dealing.
again. Wanted to
Of
fold
course.
in that 7 pin, so it's going to be called down. Tempai on the 7. There's our sumo. Reach sumo Pinfu Dora. No
Another Dora.
Ura, but will be 2 Han or 4 Han 20.
So we'll reply to chat. Congratulations on the 26th out of 80 place. In your first tournament, that's amazing. Especially if it's your first one. Well done. It's always good to see people going to live Mahjong events.
Logistics are always a pain. I assure you, it's much worse from the other side when you're actually running the tournaments.
No, I can definitely imagine that, yeah. Everyone was super nice and friendly. That's good. Hopefully, the people who ran that might be like nearby, and hopefully can have like a nice little warm feeling about, yeah, I did a good job. This is
All
an
right,
amazing
we have an
start.
Ishan 10 in
Riko Kondo,
dealer here. Nice little Pinfu hand here. Possible 4, 5, 6 Sanshigu, maybe 3, 4, 5. This is also a very good Pinfu hand. This is the worst of the bunch, and it's not terrible. You can see the obvious Itsu play. Khan, let's see it.
Absolutely. When your
Khan.
hand's this good, and you're probably going to first
Tuso is the new
reach.
Dora. And nope.
Not
That
it.
is a potential disgusting weight, but we'll get thrown back.
Yeah, if we can get that, where the Red Dragon and North. Oh, awful. I was the one in Cambridge. Yes, that was today. I did hear about that.
Ishunton very wide here. East pair up, could just call and go now, but the hand's a little slower. 4 mod, you go Honetsu? Yes, we do.
I think our Khan was 8 of
Wait,
bamboo,
no, we have
so
the
we
Khan
don't
on
know.
the 8, so
Yeah.
yeah, not Honetsu.
But either way, though, it's still
That's
one away.
Tempai. I mean, you have to just
Somehow not
take
the
it,
first
don't you?
Tempai.
There it
Yeah,
is. Riichi
5,
Pinfu
8.
Dora 1. 5 mon, 8 mon. By 4th place, this is Hata Riichi. She definitely needs to make up some points here, but a sumo could get her into 2nd, potentially. 5 mon. The problem is this leftover Tuso kind of bricks the entire hand.
Yeah, now you've got that reach on table. It's just a little bit scarier. Especially when it's
You
the
just don't
Dora.
have any information against it, though. It's a turn 3 Riichi. There's a Con on the board. And it's a 4 mon Tuso, so everything's expensive. You figure it's Mongon deal it almost for sure if you hit it, just because it has to have value. Those doors are just too easy to use.
Yeah, I'd like to report that the 5/8 way at Manway is only 2 tiles, unfortunately. Such is the case when you've got 2 of the tiles in your own hand.
Yeah,
But
it
they
only
reached this early.
Reading. I mean, that's what you're figuring is. I don't have any information, but you know what? Neither do they.
Exactly. Everyone else slowing down a little bit. Trying to make sure they're not the ones who end up doing
Also, he didn't mention it, but the proper play apparently was Riichi on the 1-pin Tonki.
Oh, you see.
Would have hit the Ipatsumo.
Yeah, that's true. But you unless you have
can't go
psychic
in
powers,
hindsight
you
on that because you can
can't
see
do that.
other players dumped them, so you would have
Yeah.
been trying to literally 1 in the wall.
If you could see the future, then great. Mahjong would be a very boring game.
9 mon close, but that's not it. East Anko.
Very useful, but they've got this 3 of bamboo that's just sitting here menacingly. It is technically Suji. We see the 6 of bamboo played, so we've ruled out the 4/5 shape, but I don't know. I don't think I want to necessarily push a 3 of bamboo unless I've got something really good. Although on the other side,
7 pin, that is very wide Ishan. Tenkutsuki now, pair locked in, double floater.
yeah, I guess one of the other things to keep in mind is that with an early reach, they tend to be worth less because people got less time to build value. That's not always true, but
yeah, it's it's just Riichi no Mi, and then they have 4 Han and they flip over for
yeah, that's always exactly.
Tempai.
Here we go.
This is Riichi, Tone, Dora 1.
3-6 in characters versus 5-8. So the 5-8 was 2 tiles. So look at how many of the 3-6. It's quite a lot so far, at least.
Also, remember, 1 is the door indicator, so that's 1 less
Yes.
as well.
I think it is currently 2 versus 2 in terms of weights for everybody here. So everyone does have time.
Ooh,
as long as they
door
don't
pair
delay.
up.
That's
The
really
hand's
good.
getting close enough to where it might get shoved.
You know, this half
You see the
flush here.
4 followed up with the thank you for clearing that for me. Ishunten for Chitoitsu.
Yeah, I really like that. In terms of a defensive hand, if you are just going to get the Chitoi Tenpai, not even reach in this situation, just
And the 5 deals in. Riichi, Pinfu, Dora 1. And I don't think there were any Ura in there.
I think you're absolutely right. Having said
East
that,
and 1 pin, but so just 3 Han. Could have been a lot worse.
yeah,
Also,
the
of course,
East
picked up the
triplet
stick.
hiding away could have been very
Yes.
exciting, but not that player.
Hata still in. It's an improvement into 3rd place, but not the huge win she was looking for. Still, you'll take 22-6 at this point, especially having been chased with what you figure at that point. It's a much worse for each than it felt like initially. Oh, and wakes up here Tsukada with 2 Dora in 1st place.
The rest
The
of
rest
the
of the
hand
hand,
needs a bit of
not
work.
great,
Yeah.
but I'm just brute forcing Tanyao. This is one where I
Yep.
see Tanyao and I call Tanyao.
Exactly.
I'd
I
even
think,
cut the 1 mon, turn
yeah,
1.
that's what I was going to say. You might even want to keep the Yaku High.
Yes. The same thought process. Is a nice little Pinfu hand. 8, so it's a great draw here. Can I get rid of those honors first?
Absolutely.
This has a 7-pin pair. The shapes aren't ideal. Now, this hand, it's just Honitsu, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
Ishanten
you've got
for
to
a
switch to
regular
it.
hand.
I guess you could
But I
keep the
want more.
pair,
Oh,
but
what about Chitoi Tanyao?
I like the idea. I'd also like keeping the Onitars because if we do end up going Chitoi, and maybe we see like a once cut on a tile.
Oh, there's Honitsu. Ishanten pairs up the pay.
But it looks like, as you say, the all inside is the route here for
4
Dealer
pin, 2,
Tsukada.
3, 3, 4. 3 so doesn't do much here. Will be held as a floater. 2 pin is a blank.
4 of Bamboo does help, but not as much as we want it to.
Goes to the each, not really playing any defense. This is
Nice
not
fill in.
Ishanten. It still needs a pair. 2 mon, 2 through Sanji could potential. Could go 3 so here. Could go 8, 7. And does go with the 3 so though.
Yeah, the 3 so isn't doing anything for us.
19. Back it goes. 9 mon's a
9
blank.
completely useless, fortunately.
Oh,
5 here,
that
1 away.
is Ishanten, the super wide, headless.
Yeah, don't need to be fooled by Yaku like Itsu in that hand. It's too far away. But a beginner player might be tempted. Seeing the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Much better to take the 1 away for a hand that you can win. There's that 2-4 soundtrack you were talking about.
Yes, it is. I just go 6 pin, but instead goes with the 6-8, trying to slim it down to the requisite number of blocks. Ooh, Sananko chance now. That 7-7-8.
Yeah, an even wider 1 away.
Tuso back is an I want Sanju play, that's for sure. Rather than take the Ryoncon. Don't lose much fishing doing it that way. 9 pin is a blank, though.
That's
Well, there's one of the 4, 5, 6s. I mean, it's just 5 pin. As you could go with one of the extra pairs, the 8 so or the 2 mon.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly
Let's
fair.
go with the 8 so.
Still keep that 4, 6, 8 left over. I do want to draw the 5, the 4, 5, 6, but the 7 is also fine. Ooh,
Well,
now
Sanjiku is definitely in position.
taking that perfect Shanten, hoping to draw in.
South Honitsu has just not gotten an improvement. It's just been stuck at Ishanten.
Speaking of being stuck one away,
Oh,
seems to
that
be
West,
the story of
though,
this hand.
holds it back as a quote-unquote safe tile. Well, you know it won't be if this hand ever gets to Tempai,
Yeah, we see it's discarded once.
which means the
does do.
second one has to get called. Tempai! Do you take the 1-4 Nobetan? You could 1-pin Dama even, but the Riichi 3-pin is the normal play. It is
Yeah,
Riichi Nomi, 1-pin, 4-pin.
I do like that from Hata, especially considering we're in third place. Want to be trying to
Oh,
go for as much value as
Tempai!
possible. This is the Tempai, and the West will deal in from here on in.
It is
You think
Sananko
the
on
reach?
Sumo, but right now it is Honitsu.
I could see the West coming out very soon because it's safe to the Hata's Riichi.
Of course, it had a ton of Fu as well with the Anko there. Oh, will we see the Ishagos out here? Yes, we
There it is.
do!
So the half flush, I think not reaching here was very important. If the reach came out, people would have been paying a bit more attention. But instead, it's a safe tile. It's completely safe to the reach on the table. It's once cut on a tile in general. What a nice win. Also, welcome on in Kapure. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good too.
And there you
Happy,
see it.
Happy Mother's Day
The
as well to everyone in America as well.
350. Yes, happy Mother's Day. I'll be calling my mom, and probably in the middle of game 2, unfortunately. It's part of why I'm on the early game today.
Makes a lot of sense. So Ardora will be the 7 of characters. We don't see any here in Hatter's hand, who unfortunately got a little bit unlucky, having their safe discard targeted. Almost. It's more just a bit of luck than anything else, but it happened to work out. But they
Of course, a
reach, I
big
think.
hit, and we see the scores now. Higashikawa in very distant fourth, but Hata now in a pretty distant third.
So this is
This
a
is game
3.
1 of 3, so you'd really like to get in better position. Obviously, you want to win, but second is okay.
Yes, it is just winner takes it across the 3-hand chant. Exactly. All 3 are going to be today. So stay tuned to see who wins this event. We've been going for, at this point, 6 months? Something like that.
They've
So
been at
it's
it for a while now.
going to be exciting to see who finally takes the trophy.
2, 3, 4, 5. So the Monzu looking good. The rest of the hand not as great. Does have the Chun pin though. 4 pin, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So there is an Itsu, but it needs a little bit of help. 1, 2, 3, Sanshku also a possibility. 1 so completes 1, 2, 3. Is it just 9-mon here? Or is it one of the honors? Goes with the South. And that is called down. This is
The real question
Ishanten.
is, are we
Could
going...
be Chanta.
Chant, yes. I say, I would be even considering the half flush as well if we end up drawing some more pin tiles. We'll have to see.
I feel it's a what Tempai comes first.
Yeah, that's fair. Exactly.
3, 4. 3, 4 is not ideal. I'd still go Haku here.
I think that's perfectly fine. And that's what we
And
see.
that is the discard.
9-man doesn't do it.
Is a blank. Yeah, it's not what you're looking for. 1, 2. It creates a penchant, but
Yeah.
2 so, possibly Peiko. But the plan is 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. And now you're just gonna have a problem fighting a pair.
Yeah, if we're
Goes
relying
for
on
5
both,
so.
like that's 3 specific tiles to make that work. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, needing the 3 of bamboo, the 2 of characters, and the 1 pin. Maybe I mix the suits around.
Oh, there's one of those pensions filled with the 1, 2, 3 in Suzu.
The other question is, where's our pair for that potential 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku for Tsukada?
Well, honestly, you're just hoping to pair up the 1 so or the 2 so.
Yeah, that
That's
works.
why you keep that 1, 1, 2, 2, 3 shape, is you're not necessarily thinking Ipeiko. Normally, you would say, hey, it's Ipeiko, but in this situation, no. Ooh, interesting. Cuts the 1 pin. Maybe the thought here is 2, 3, 4 Sunshine using the 1 as the pair.
Makes a lot of sense. We'll just have the Dora of the 7 of characters. So maybe I don't care what I win with as long as I get the Dora. Works.
8-mon goes back. Chun. No, that's not going to do much. Might be an okay safe tile, but it's not a good one, so it does just get thrown back. 5 pin, another pair here. What do I think about 4 mod? 8 pin is the most efficient cut for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
it does go with the 4. I just think that 4 is not a tile you want sitting around in the hand.
Yeah, planning for the end of this hand, because honestly, when things are looking pretty slow, you don't want to be stuck with a million
Ooh,
unsafe tiles.
Riichi Mahjong here. Pair locked in. Floaters.
Two-man pair,
Couple
another
options.
pair, but not good
Yeah.
enough,
That is
in
a
my opinion.
bad draw, because you're supposed to get 3 mod here, and you're just sad.
Yeah,
All the value just dies. It says, no, I refuse.
absolutely makes sense to me.
5 pin Onko. This is Ishan 10 if you got 3 pin or 8 pin. 3 is thrown, 3 is called, and is now going for the Honitsu play.
Okay, one away for Higashikawa, who does need a lot of points, so trying to squeeze every extra Yaku of value.
Well,
is
there's your
good.
1, 2, 3, but having got the 1 pin, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, either way, it's silly Shanten. Probably
Oh,
going to be ending up
Tenpai,
on
that's going to
a.
be a Riichi. Riichi, Dora 1, Hatsu is the pair, so no Pinfu, and of course the 5 pin Onko. And there's going to be a call down for Tenpai here as well on 2 5 pin.
So 2-5 versus 2-5.
This is a
Characters
Hata dealer
versus.
Riichi. Oh, this is going to be chased. This is 3-sided. You have to, don't you? Even as bad as the 7 looks. No, says I refuse. Throws the June.
Staying safe for now. Although it looks like we have to see a full fall from Tsukada. Makes sense though. She is in first place currently. Doesn't want to be the person who deals in and loses that. Hata is dealer, so
6. Ishunten here could get back in.
potentially on the 5-6-7 mixed for sequence 2.
Could go 2-3 so. If you want to push this. Or you just go. I think the 2 is the normal play. We'll go 1 so anyway. Khan.
Gonna see the Kana 5s.
Also, if you had any questions, no, we do not have red 5s now. There you see all of them at once.
Interesting enough, though, that is 5 of Higashikawa's weights all taken
Yes, and you
away.
can't chunk Khan when they uncod like that. So
Yes.
now just waiting on the 2 pin. That
And we
is
see,
Tenpai. This is good enough to chase.
yeah, there's 1-2 pin in Higashikawa's calls. We see 2 in the discards already. Higashikawa's not having a great moment right now. At best, it's 1 tile. I mean, you might even see that last tile
No,
given away.
continues the fold. Wow.
Yeah,
Just
the
playing
one
very
remaining.
defensively. Kondo wants the dealer turn at the end to be the big play rather than making a challenge now.
Because at this moment, you'll start thinking, okay, how do I stay safe? Do I give up? Go the north if you need to get out of this hand.
Well, that's 3-sided. If you throw the 6 here, you're 2-5-8 mon. But again, she just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, we see the 3 and the 9 of dots, but that doesn't rule out every way around that 6 could deal into.
Well, plus you see all 4 of the 5s, you're wondering, what on
Yeah.
earth is the Honitsu doing? It either has to be a 1-4, a 6-9, it got screwed by the con, or it's a random weight.
Yes. I guess it could still be a pair weight. That's probably all it could be at this point if you see all the 5s and you see both the Suji.
Well, I'd be thinking it's exactly what it is. That it's
Yeah.
either 5-8 or 2-5, and we saw the 8 come out. So I'd be reading it exactly as it is. It's either a 2-5 weight or it has that pay pair. It has paired something up in the meantime.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you're also could be afraid of is, where are the Haku? I only see one of them. They came out recently, so we've seen. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, 3 were out there. That makes more sense then.
We should also mention that. Wait, hang on. Sorry, as is Riichi, right? Of course.
And the 6 clears. Oh, that would have been the sumo. Yeah, Kondo playing way too defensively for me.
I mean, she's in second place right now, right?
Yeah, but
Which
it's
is
game
competitive, but
1.
it's yeah, I get that. I get that. There definitely is a situation where you would want to be fighting for the first, especially by the end of the game. You're only in South 2, so there's
Right.
still a bit of time. You still got last dealer, but yeah, no, I agree.
We see 2 players temp by here, so we will have a repeat, another South 2.
And yeah, Kondo is lost 3,000 points of ground to the 2 players below her. So yeah, could be a very important 3,000 points as we go into South 2 repeat 1. 1,000 points in the pot for wins this one. Doesn't sound like a lot, but if Hata gets the win, could be very important.
Now 1,300 in the middle now as the Riichi stake repeats here. Hata will be dealer again. 3 pit is the Dora. Looks like a Pinfu type hand. And that started off good and got progressively worse on every single drop.
Yep.
The last 2 are at least somewhat redeeming, but it does need some work still.
Like maybe if we're really dreaming big, Itsu, but that's probably not going to happen.
No, you
It's the
just
kind
have
of
to
hand that
draw the
I
7-mon and then, or just draw Dora and then you don't have to think too much. This
that
a
was the worst.
couple Anko already. I like that hand. This is a
Okay,
Chun
nice.
pair, but the
Throw
rest of the
in.
hand's not great. 1, 2, 3 is nice though. This is a Pinfu hand. Has the north pair. That is the north seat. So 1 had already come out. And I feel that's always a question you have is should you when you see 2 of your occupied, you tell the table, hey, wait a second. Because then they know you have 2 of your occupied.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Same time, yeah. I think it's still honestly just too early to call that. The
If you're
very worst case.
Tsukada, no, you're not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even hesitate to call this position.
I guess. Yeah, from
I'm
first
in
place, that's
first. The
true.
rest of my shapes aren't that bad. They're not that good either. So I'm not
Yeah.
thinking I'm going to be able to keep it closed. And even if I get closed, am I thrilled with it? No.
No. Yeah. You're right. Actually, yeah.
This is Ishun 10 if the 2 pit is cut. It says the shapes are bad. We're just going to get the 1 so now. 6
Yes.
pins are great fill, Sun Anko options. And legitimate Sun Anko as opposed to joke Sun Anko.
Yes.
Chun is called. Two so, and I have a 2, 3, 6, 7.
I would actually hold off on that question until the next game when Jen's here. Being an actual pro in Japan, I'm sure she'll be able to give a much better answer.
The short answer is going to be it depends on the pro.
Yeah, exactly. I bet there's some pros that like really like red fives.
Most pro leagues don't play with them though, so it does tend to have a bit more of a Johnso feel to it.
It's exciting, but it's also maybe more variance, which probably means less skill in the long run. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, but it's definitely exciting when you're actually in game and you get 3 red fives. Ah, yes. This is
Poland
where
goes back. 9 pin, not that useful, but we'll continue cutting the 7s.
Yeah, this is a bit of an awkward situation, especially now. As you say, the Norths have gone.
Yeah, it's just, what are you
Yeah.
doing with it? You need 1 pay, and it's in the wall somewhere, but I don't know if you see the size of that wall, but there are a lot of tiles. If you need 1 specifically, it's really hard. This is an issue a lot of people run into of do you call the first or the second one? Most on the pro level don't call the first one, but at the
Yes.
same time, you're in this situation where you need 1 tile out of, geez, how many is that? 60 or so?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of time. Wow, this. I mean, maybe you don't need.
Ishun 10? Well, you just use the pay as the pair.
Yeah,
Use it on
exactly.
Pinfu, but you do have 3 Doras, so you're not complaining too much.
Yeah, I would never complain when I got Dora 3. Honestly, personally, I think
I
I'm
complain
also runs
about
on that
Dora
still.
3
Yeah.
all the time when the rest of my tiles are bad. It's like, why can't I cash in my Dora?
5 month doesn't help, unfortunately.
6 doesn't help immediately, but gives a lot more flexibility, but does throw it back instead.
keeping an escape route in case we ever need to get out with that 9. Not the hand I would really want to be trying to get out with. I'd be more
Ooh,
all in.
that's an
But
interesting draw. I'd cut the south, yeah, because if
yeah,
you get
I
the
like that.
1-4, you're not thrilled, but you will take the 3-sided.
Absolutely.
7 so, and yeah, now you get your extraneous tile. You can call the north now.
6-man doesn't really do it. We've got this many pairs in the hand.
Well, the bigger problem is having cut the 4-mon earlier. The tiles the
Yeah, that
6 would
too.
accept really well don't work.
The 4's out, the 8's out. So no matter which way we get a 2-sided weight, it's 3-10. Yeah. The other thing is we really want to keep the 6 pin there. So the chance of the 5-6-7 mixture sequence.
Tempai, okay, did get there using the pay as the pair. Just drew a whole bunch of Dora. Riichi, Dora 3, 1-4 so. 6 pin is safe. That should always be the discard here.
Yeah, obviously the dream is the 4-5-6 Sanchoku, but you have to just give up on that now.
Wow,
Okay.
going with a
No,
Suji
okay.
1. Okay, trusting a little bit more than I would. And similarly here, it's a wait, what do I do? I wasn't expecting to not be Tempai by now.
Yeah, I guess the 3 of Bamboo doesn't look too bad. We obviously see 3 of the 4s in our own hand. The 6 has been out from the
That's
player
the
in
2,
reach.
and that'll be Tempai waiting 3 6 pin.
So I have counted the 1-4s out there. There's only 2 remaining. 3 6 pin. Well, we steal 4 of the 3s right there.
Hatu doesn't help. 4
So yeah,
pin, back it goes.
it's currently 2 versus 2 in terms of number of weights to draw in.
Now you didn't mention it, but is on the Gimbutsu here with the 3-6 weight.
That's actually a very good point, yeah. The 6 pin is safe to one of the Riichis on this table. One of the Tempais on this table. So of the 2, if I had to...
5 goes close, but that's not it. Looking for the 1-4. Do you just deal in with the 6 here? You're kind of thinking the hand's cheap, but your deal, you don't really want to give up your turn. I feel the 6 deals in a lot here, just given the obvious shoves. But at the same time, I don't think that hand has any value. Nope. Going to keep pushing.
Safe to both?
Yes.
The 8, arguably, it's one chance. It's not great, but maybe there's a world where if you are getting to a Tempai, maybe you play the 8 of Bamboo instead.
Tune, isn't it?
7s do we see? Just the 1. It's the Riichi tile, though, which is...
5 mon is not that bad with a 4-7-7. I mean, it's not a safe tile by any stretch. I'd go 8 so.
I think that's fine, yeah.
There is a 7 so Riichi here, but I just think it's, yeah, it does eventually think about it as the 5's fine. 2, and that's already passed.
9 is fine.
Shaw, still isn't it? You figure that 1-4 would have come by now, but it hasn't. And there's your 6. So,
Yeah, you
okay,
obviously
fine.
would obviously be hoping it would come in quite quickly, but there were only 2 tiles left when the Reach came out.
Haku, isn't it? Hatsu, isn't it? There it is, the 3-sided. This should be a Riichi. Oh, it's Furi 10.
It's still a 3-sided weight.
It's
still
a 3-sided weight, but it is Furi 10, and that's why the Riichi is not taken. Wants to be able to maneuver this if there's a shape upgrade.
7 doesn't do it. South doesn't do it, but is perfectly fine to discard. We see 2 of them
There
out.
it goes. I think 2 more draws. That is Tempai here. Do you dare throw the 3 so? Yes, this is Sonanko confirmed.
Yeah, I don't mind the 3 necessarily because we have all that
And
4
the
5.
last draw, Sumo
Oh, there it
on the
is
Haite reach. Sumo, Haite, Dora 3, Aura
with 1
1.
Ura.
That is a Hanemon, and Tsukada going to get way out in front here.
Decided to take that reach. Had to wait half a century. Only
You
half
had
a
to figure
century.
those 1-4 were in there somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. One of these days
But a
I'll have to.
bit unfortunate there for Hata, who takes the recovery there. Higashikawa into 4th and will be dealer here in South 3. Long way to go, but this is the hand you really feel you need to make happen. You
Yeah,
don't
this is
want to
your
be
last
in the
chance.
bottom 2 in the first game. It makes the other 2 a little harder because you know people are to gun for first. If you get second, usually your score is going to be positive. It's not ideal, but it's workable. But if you take a big negative in game 1, you see the scores in yellow right now. That is if the game were to end here, there's a huge gap opening up.
I think honestly Higashikawa's got a very good start though. It's like if you're gonna have any opportunity, it's this.
It's now. It's not as if you have to shove anything, regardless of your draws, even at this scoreline, because it's game 1. But you need to make something happen.
Yeah. Like if you take a 4th in game 1, it is so much harder to recover. You can obviously do it. If anything you lose in game 1, you can gain in game 2, but you want an easier job.
All right, 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, possible Itsu there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, Sonshu, and 2, 3, 4, Sonshu, both possible. They say Pinfu hand. Does the overlap in the pins with the 6, 8, 8, 9? Is this just Kogashi? It should have been, I guess.
Right.
Given the pond, it should have been. But
I mean, yeah, true. But this is Tsukada, right? This is the player in first place. I guess you could have gone for Kokoshi and decided,
I mean, you
actually,
go
I'm going to fold.
Kogashi, it definitely would catch the people off guard when you're to clear first place.
I guess the
She'd never have that. Wait, what?
interesting decision there for Higashikawa. Could have kept the 1, 2, 3 or the 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku with the 2, 3, 3, 4 of bamboo shape. Choosing instead to cut the 1 ma, which is locking us into that 2, 3, 4.
And Hata might be in a position where she has to call the hand down because there's just no value in it. Even if it stays close, you're going to have to reach Sumo and hit some Ura.
Yeah, I think honestly Hata might be incentivized just to take 3rd here. Obviously, you want to go for the 2nd place if you can, but 13,300 points, 2 hands, no dealerships. It's doable,
It's
obviously.
rough. Yeah. Well, if your Hata, kind of your goal here is at least 1,300,
Yes.
because then you're within Manga and Sumo range and all last.
Yeah, exactly.
So a pure 1 Han is not ideal. I guess you may take it if you have to, but you're hoping for more just because that allows you some flexibility and all last. I would definitely hold the 5. I'd throw the Hatsu. I think we have tunes if we have to fold. Nope, slims it down, cuts the 5.
I guess the Green Dragon is currently still alive, but yeah, from Higashikawa's perspective, just be aggressive. I think it's
Oh,
perfectly
well,
fine.
there's your tune. So the second one may come out. It may just get called here. No, take it back. No, it's just going to use the pair in this hand from Hata. Reach Sumo, Dora, Aura is the plan. This is Ishunten. I guess it's 3 so? Could go Tumon.
Yeah.
The Tumon here is planning to cut the 1-1 unless you just get an amazing Tempai draw.
Yeah, if the stars align, you can get Pinfu with that bamboo shape. Absolutely. Stars are going to be a bit of aligning, but any tempo is going to be better.
Dora pair up. That
Dora
works.
2? Okay.
Just Hatsu here. You're actually kind of sad if you get the 5 so.
Yeah, you're really just hoping that the red dragon comes out. You can take your tempo Dora 2.
Yes, but that's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Not
Unfortunately.
unless someone folds. And not unless someone else reaches and we see a fold come out. Oh, well, that
Dora,
fixes
last
that
tempo.
problem. Dora 3, that's just a slam. You have to think
Here we
very
go.
hard about this. Just draw a Dora and draw another Dora, and have your good weight Riichi +3.
Yeah, absolutely. So 5-8 of dots will do it.
Especially 2 of those in this hand. 2 in this hand. 3? No,
Oh.
that's just 2. That's a 4. I thought that was a 5, but 2, 2, and Jussi
Oh,
Patsumo,
only 2
Riichi
tiles left. But
Patsumo,
just
Dora 3. Or it doesn't matter, but it is a Hanemon regardless.
well played to
And
Hata. Back in
Hata
this
going to
game.
jump way back in.
I said it wasn't very easy, but Hata
I think
decided
Hata's
to
in
say, you know
second
what,
now
bet.
off that.
I love that. I feel like,
just draw Dora. Easy
yeah,
game.
just Patsuma, the Ninja Dora too.
Yeah, and just
It's
draw
fine.
Tsutsumo. Hasn't learned Mahjong 201 yet, which is flip Ura.
Yeah.
But has all the fundamentals down.
As we all say
Just
here.
draw the ties you need, just sumo.
Exactly. As we all say here at WRC, it's easy. Just draw the tiles you need. Draw the ones you don't. It's easy.
Yeah. Mahjong's a very straightforward game when you just get the tiles you actually need.
So Kondo, the
Meanwhile,
last
this is
dealer.
Kondo. Last dealer has a tune pair, maybe just call and go here. Not really any value other than that.
At the same time, though,
9 pins the Dora.
can
Has a Dora floater, so I guess you can use it. 7's a great
potential
draw here.
Itsu.
Possible Itsu. Could also just go
Itsu.
Tanya. I mentioned you have to cut 1 pin here. Could go East as well.
One pin as first discard makes a lot of sense to me.
Haku instead. That's a. Does anyone want this Haku?
Yes.
It's
You know
almost a Saki Giri of honor pair of honors, just so no one can take their Yakuhai without cheapening their hand.
I honestly think that's very fair, yeah. Identify who the problem is, but more importantly, make sure that no one else gets to do a late
Oh,
dragon
or
call.
just knew the 1 pin was going to be the next
That
tile to
also
come
works.
up.
2 away. Potential huge hand if Higashikawa can get it. And she does need it for her team.
Huge first place bonus in our rule set. So even a small first would be a big win, but this is a pretty big first. 17,000 clear of second place here. 7,000
Very
nice
nice
upgrade, but still has just a bunch of mess on the left side of the hand.
Yeah, you really want to get rid of that 9, but it's Dora, so you can't really do that. This is Hata, of course, so
I'd go west. Oh, no, it does. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, Hata doesn't need any value because Hata's not getting first here. Yeah. Oh, Dora pair up.
No,
all of a sudden, dealer has a bit of a scary hand. Yeah, paired it up just in time.
So we've missed out on that Itsu once more, but 1 away for the Pinfu. And Tsukada doesn't need value. Tsukada could even Dharma this Pinfu just to end the match as quickly as possible.
Well, that's Ishan 10. It's not a good one, especially when you have a total of 500 points.
Yeah.
4 pin actually does nothing. Does get tossed back.
Yeah, we still have the dreams about winning the Itsu, obviously, but
it's interesting because Tsukada could even call this down for 345 Sanshoku if it comes.
Yeah, that too, of course.
Ooh, I like 5 pin. Yeah, let's go. You have your Itsu upgrade. You don't want the 1-5 Shampoo. You have 500 points for Riichi Nomi.
This is a masterclass.
Oh, there's Tempai. Does in fact just Dawa 2-5 pin, and I think the other's coming out right now. Might go with one of the honors.
If not now, then the next 2 or 3 draws.
So yeah, here it is. Has to come out. This is just over. There goes the Riichi, but it deals into the Dama Pinfu, and it's going to be Tsukada picking up first place here. No placement changes as a result of this. Higashikawa drops into the negatives. You can see the look. Tsukada, not even that thrilled, just kind of in that zen-like state of, yep, that was one of the games. Hata, you know what? We take the second. The big Hanemon there is good enough for me. Kondo, welp, that's that's the look.
Yeah.
And Higashikawa is just, well, that happened. Okay.
Yeah, that was textbook though, right? The all last, just stay calm, try not to shake, try not to give anything away. Just get that Tempai and make sure that you don't let anyone else win. But yes, we have 2 more games for you.
Yeah, 2 more games. I think we are done here, but we have some new commentators.
Absolutely. I would love to introduce Nathanael and Jenn. Nathanael.
Crickets.
Hello.
There we are. Well, one of your mics at least works anyway.
It looks like the screen has also not changed, but we can talk about stuff. Oh, there it is.
Ta-da!
Yeah, nice little black screen there for a bit. With that, though, we're going to hand it off to Jenn and Nathanael for the last two games to take us home here in the grand final of the Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's Finals.
Yeah, before that, I want to talk about our tour, though. Sounds like Corak at least has tickets. And are those plans moving along? We're gonna see you in Vegas.
The plans are moving along so long as airlines stop charging $800.
Oh my god, yeah, airlines. Yes, we did. I was able to get at least everybody from Japan their tickets a bit early, so they are all booked and ready to be there. All of the guests. It's going to be amazing. Yoshihiro Matsumoto from MPM, Mari Takamiya from JPML, Kotaro Uchikawa, the world champion, of course, reigning, from JPML as well, Sayaka Okada from JPML, Meguma Aikawa from MPM, and Sho Shiratori, the current very, very top of JPML, 2 years running. He won the whole back-to-back in JPML. It is an amazing lineup that I don't think you'll ever see again after this, to be honest. It's kind of amazing. 2-day tournament in Las Vegas, and early bird tickets are available until the 15th. So 4 or 5 more days. 5 more days until I think it's Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Friday. The after hours event is sold out in Vegas, but there's a waiting list. And then in New York City, there's also an after hours event, but those tickets are also going fast. There's also an East Side Showdown. It's an East round event that's happening while we have exhibition matches between World Reach Pros and M-Leaguers. Those are going to be streamed. The tournament is going to be streamed. Yumi Ootani, who was on our WRC team in the Sankei Shimbun Cup, is going to be there. Hiroshi Yamai, the first ever world champion, is going to be there. I'm going to be there, emceeing and also commentary. Ryoe Hirano, who is in New York for 3 years, is coming back for, I think, the first time since he was living there, and will be playing as well. It's going to be crazy. There's a reception on Friday night, which is going to be also awesome. And a press event on Friday, which is going to be awesome. Everything's going to be awesome. I don't know what else to say. It's going to be awesome. You definitely want to be there.
Very good. We look forward to seeing as many people at the collaboration tour as possible. But in the meantime, we have more games to watch from the Sankei Shimbun Cup 2025 season finals. Shall we?
Hey, are you gonna make it to any of the tour events?
I don't know if I'll be able to make it to these, unfortunately.
It's gonna be awesome. I don't know if you heard me a second ago.
I definitely heard. It'd be quite a shame if I'm not able to make it, but rooting for everyone that does attend. It should be a great time. Should we look at some players for game number 2?
Yes. How many people have signed up? I'm not sure the exact number. I don't really have access to those, but definitely the seats are filling. So it will be a big event. So our first dealer is going to be Yui Nanami, who we saw yesterday from Jansaku. In the South Sea, Hotaru Miyoshi, also from Jansaku TV. Sorry, it's not the same sponsor, 2 different teams. In the West Sea, Hina Hinata, representing TF Channel, and in the North Sea, Miho Koike, representing Kame. Kame, of course, was one of the teams that we played against, not this season, but the last season. So definitely played against Miho Koike a number of times. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I guess. But we have 2 teams from the Orb League. It's crazy. The West Japan is strong.
Great to see both leagues mixed together here in the finals. And we saw Koike play yesterday. She was on the game 3 from the semifinals. A very tight finish there, but she managed to pull through to get that second spot into the finals for her team. A little bit of work to do in this game, but just game 2 of 3. Still be opportunities. Got to put yourself in the best position possible. 8 pin Dora start us off. Nice collection of diamond shapes for our first dealer. Similarly, you'll see at 3 Mon first draw. Pretty excellent start. Hinata 6-8 pin. Dora shape and Dora acceptance for Koike as well. Looks like reasonable hands all around. Just what you want to see to start off a game.
Looks like Nanami has an extra I on her name. Sorry about that. my I button got stuck. Generally only one I in her surname. Just for reference.
Form another shape. Could be Itsu potentially here in the Manzu. 4 pin creates a 4-6-8 Ryokan. However, we kind of prefer to just draw the 7 pin and not the 5 pin. We really want to use the door if at all possible. 9 pin allows us to use the door and have a pair afterwards, so we'll slim down away from the Sozu. And another shape created with the Tuso draw. There's a world where we could turn to Tanya in the future with the 1-mon cuts, but that's not necessarily a place we're going to think about right now. Eight pin, there it is, the Dora draw. Quick advancing one step closer. The all-important Dora. Another central tile will slim down from the 7-8-8 block. Diamond shape created now. So no good here, but we'll hold it over the east. Oh, and another 8. Well, the trap is really set for that 9 so now, unfortunately. We are going to see the Riichi come out, though. Miyoshi, after drawing the south. Oh, and a 3 pin. Koike will want to fight here. Just jam out the 6. Absolutely. Of course, the game results from the first game kind of given away by the scores that we see. TF Channel taking the first place with the plus 56.2. Yoshi hoping to turn things around, though, for John Saku TV with his early Riichi. Nanami just giving up here with a 5 pin. It is the Dora indicator Riichi, always tough, for sure. 7 pin has not been discarded at all. There is one held by Koike. Do we play a So tile? 1 pin is a little bit more of a natural cut here, but... Okay, no dreams of some wildly expensive flush hand. There's a 6 pin, but that's not going to necessarily disguise that much.
Solid mahjong, especially against this reach. No need to push too hard. That's a lot of tiles you have to discard still to get to that flush.
Yeah, she gave it a couple looks, though, right after the Riichi, as she was also very close to tempo with that Dora hand, but as more and more tiles come out, the remaining unseen tiles become more and more dangerous. Still trying to find the path in. We're just at the end of row 2. One of the 7 pins is the door indicator, one held by Nanami, one held by Koike. So there is one left to be drawn. 8-pin door pair, a little late for Hinata. We'll make the play on the 4-pin though. A number of 5s had come out. I think they all have had come out. The 1-pin discard makes it a relatively safe attempt, although as we get further and further, you start to wonder, maybe this weight isn't a but maybe it is something unnatural. It makes those defensive reads a little bit less useful. Three mon does incentivize a little bit of a push, but we will see the 7 mon instead. You'll see it's not been able to find this last copy of the 7-pin. If it does go to a draw, that is fine. Back to Ishanten, but says no. Okay, fully out. The dealer has been escaping for basically. Oh, there it is. Finds the 7-pin. Nichitsumodora Ura says no. But 1000-2000 is perfectly acceptable to start off this game. Miyoshi will take the lead moving into her dealership. When your team is down, it always feels great to start with any win, even a small one. And it gives you a little bit of momentum when it moves to your dealership. See if you can keep that going. Maybe not for any sort of like flow reasons, but rather just psychologically feels good. 4-mon door this time around. We have June pair for Koike. White Dragon also paired up for Nanami. She fills that 7-pin pen shot again. All right. Maybe there's something to be said about Nagare. West pairs up for Koike. That is her seat wind, however. I believe that is also paired up by Miyoshi.
What are the commentators' tips to increase flow?
Yeah, Jen, that's a question for you, I'm sure.
I guess you have to get one of those pendants that protect against dealing in.
You're right.
You know, Heidi won the PML Open last weekend. Not the PML Invitational, I'm sorry, last weekend. And I handed her that because she also won on the stream that the amulet to protect against flow. I handed it to her right before the tournament started. And it took one round to start working, but after that, man, she was unstoppable. So I think that's the only thing that I've seen that actually works.
I even heard from other players that were at the event that there was nothing they could do. ID was unstoppable. So maybe there's got to be some real flow in that pendant.
Yeah, I think that's.
We'll have to do another giveaway.
We have to, they're made by one of the JPML players, so I ordered it from her. We'll have to get her to make some more, I think.
One so triplet. Moving a step closer to Tempai. One away now. We are going to see a call from Koike moving towards that flush.
Wait, dude, did you put in your address? Because I think I didn't have the address on the sheet, maybe, and that's why it hasn't gotten to you yet. I have it ready to go, so I'll check again. But you emailed your address, right? I can mail them out tomorrow if the address is in there. So I'm sorry it has not gotten to you yet. I do keep checking the addresses, but I haven't checked since I got back from San Francisco. So I will do another run to the post office tomorrow.
In the meantime, we do have Tempai for Koike. She did manage to get the West. The pair ended up getting cut, so Yakuhai Honitsu is a Mangan.
Okay, you know, I will just check real quick just to make sure
Very good.
which
Unfortunately for Hinata, she has this 2-pin trapped in hand. It is the deal-in tile. It's very close to a Tempai, but cannot afford to play that out. Rework the hand. Oh, but there's that Sumo. Koike finds it. 2,000, 4,000. Big Mangan Sumo will put Koike into the lead. Team Kame welcomes those points. I believe they got second place in game number 1. And of course, if you're going to become the team champion, you certainly need to find at least one first place.
Okay, I do have it. I'm still missing some, but okay, yours is going out tomorrow, dude. So you don't have
Nice.
to check it. You don't have to check your mailbox for another probably week. It'll go out EMS tomorrow. I'm sorry. It looks like the address was updated later than when I took my last trip to the post office. So
We are here in East 3, Hinata with the dealership. Nanami collecting wins. See if things get a little exciting here. South comes out. Pole. Players on alert now. That is not her seat win. We are not in the South round either, so what is the play? We're going to find out. One could only hope that we get the 4 wins. Koike, this looks like a Kokushi. This might be the stopper to the wins. West comes out. Pole. And now, yes, we'll see the greed. 9 so at the very least, it plays towards the flush. Even if she doesn't end up pairing up enough wins. Miyoshi now has to actually be concerned. She has an east and a north. These are the 2 wins that have not been discarded yet. Suddenly, she has a lot less incentive to play those out. Eight Mon. 9 so comes out once more, so the table knows something suspicious is going on if they haven't already suspected it. Now Hinata maybe turns this into a Sozu flush. That is the Dora suit.
wait, what was Pond?
South of the West.
Okay, so there's one more south left in the wall.
Right, gotta keep an eye on those wins. That is Green Dragon. And now there's a real decision to be made here. Is it Chanta Honitsu? Yakuhai? Or maybe not that many.
Is it Shosangen? This is a Shosangen chance. There's no dragons on the board at all.
We'll see 7 so Pon. And the pin tile's coming out. Oh, well, we just gave up. It's too late to consider this.
Yeah, but there are so many pairs. It looks like nice because there's only 2 middle tiles, but there are so many pairs in the honors that it was still really far away anyway. Can't be sad about that one.
Despite
Oh, no.
The continued
Can't
draw.
be sad about that one. Don't.
Okay, 4-mon Tenpai for Nanami. This is Honitsu Yakuhai. So we'll net some extra fu.
Pinsu look okay here.
Place the 6-pin out. Importantly, that's not the one that can be called. Quickly just going to back away from this. The
Yeah,
first Tenpai 2 threatening.
it looks nice, but it's so far away still, and that's a hard thing to remember sometimes because you have all the elements. But
The 4-mon does come out. It was playing for that expensive hand, but Nanami will shut it down with a 3,900 half flush. And so dealership
Yeah.
passes once more to Koike.
2 calls, but no value tiles in those calls.
Yeah, the Dora suit Honitsu should be more valuable for sure. I think Hinata had a couple of the Dora. Well, the dragons, all the singletons of honors have kind of come back, but Koike would rather play a natural hand as the dealer.
Oh, she was. Sorry, she was west.
Yeah, so one
Okay,
value.
Yeah, 1 value tile. My bad. For some reason, I was thinking north.
Usually when
But
you think about the value tiles, it's got to be 2 for Mongon. If it's not Mongon, then it's probably fine.
A 3,900 is still good. It can end up being 2,000 if you don't get one of those value tiles.
Yeah,
Had one of those in B yesterday.
4-pin Dora this time around. Quick, of course, we'll hold this 3-pin for a while. I hope to connect that way. Nanami, nice 7-mon fill, moving pretty quickly towards Tenpai. Miyoshi is in the west seat with that Sha Anko.
Yeah, West is working for West today. West tile, best tile.
Nice middle shape now, 2-4-6 so.
It's a double gutty and an open-ended. So almost like 2 open-endeds for now. Unless the 8 comes first, it will be a great shape.
Ooh, there it is, another pair. This of the Dora. Maybe 7 pairs is an option. Can also just open the hand with that West triplet, of course. Certainly, if you see the door, you're inclined to do so. Well, this is a Tenpai. Will we take it? No, takes the Tenpai, but does not declare the Riichi. So right now on the 5 so, but this can be improved. I am... Ooh, hold that thought. We have another Tenpai, another pair weight, the Sachitoi for Miyoshi. Or rather, I think I did not count those pairs properly. A Toi Toi Tenpai now on 6-pin, 4-pin. Toi Toi, Yakuhai, Dora 2 or 3 if the 4-pin is drawn. And if she gets the draw, it will also be Saranko. Big opportunity. Vibon. This is a switch to Ipeiko. We'll continue to Dama now. There's some very funny shifts for more value, including towards Suhanko, even if she draws another Mon triplet. Six so could take Chitoi weight, could take the Shampon.
I really prefer the Shampon here for a few reasons. And Reach! I'm not sure I would Reach, but I do like the Shampon better. I like the Shimbun better because of the potential. First of all, I don't want to wait for Chitoe with Forso. Second of all, you still maintain the option for two twin sequences, the Diampeiko shape. But she'll just take the reach and try and put some pressure on the table. I'm
Perhaps.
not sure the pressure will work against these calls, though.
Maybe. Oh, the 4, the Dora. That was
Yeah.
not the ideal tile to be drawn after the Riichi. Instead, that will deal into Toi Toi Yakuhai Dora 3. It's a Haneman Miyoshi.
The more expensive side.
Yeah, we'll take the pot. Riichi stick as well. Big win.
Yeah, huge. And when you're playing WRC rules, a Hanemon isn't that rare, but when you're at a table like this, where people are playing a lot of defense, it can be really difficult even to get the Hanemon. It's a huge win.
Yeah, you could consider maybe if Riichi was not taken, you might switch to the 4-pin weight as a Chitoe at that point. You'll see, I believe now, I believe we have moved into the South rounds. Nanami gonna regroup. Play for the big win on her dealership. No, she's great. 7 so fill. These shapes look fantastic. Also reasonable tiles for Koike as well. Problematic, Dora, the Haku. Not seeing many of those around the table. 6-pin certainly helps. You have to make a decision now. Do we lean towards the 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku? We'll let it go.
Yeah.
There's still a chance for 4, 5, 6.
Question in the chat. Jen, why do you have Shaw necklace and earrings? I forgot to ask. Because West Tile, best tile. Definitely a West Coast child and grew up in Seattle. In Chinese, Seattle is Xiatu. It used the Sha, the West kanji, to start out the writing of it. So I've always been impartial to the West tile ever since I started playing mahjong. And plus, I'm not like one of those people who likes the main character. You know, people like the tune a lot. People like the East a lot. I like to get one of the supporting actors. Those are my ushi.
7 mon back, so you can make the decision again. Let's it go again. That is 1 away from Tenpai. As is Miyoshi. Hinata feels a great 3 mon. Koike moving towards a potential Tanyao. Three mon Ipeiko draw. This is Tenpai if you drop the 3 so. We'll take it, but no Riichi.
Hi, Heidi. We were just talking about how your non-deal-in amulet must have worked perfectly to help you win the PML Invitational.
Seven, 8. So this does lean towards the Tanya. We are in game 2. 2 of 3. We will determine a champion tonight. He has improved the shape earlier off of that 9-pin to the 3-sided. Now going for even more with the Tanyao. Tanyao Pinhu. Miyoshi still looking for that 4-mon. One locked away in the hand of Koike. One held by Nanami. Each Tanyao Pinhu waits 3, 6-mon. A large number of those tiles held by Miyoshi. I think there are no 3-mons left, and only one copy of the 6-mon in the wall. So, despite getting an ideal weight, it's actually quite limited in its possibilities. Though the 4-mon also limited as well. We will see. Miyoshi move away. There's the 6-mon. Hinata says, nope. At least for now. The early cuts of, I believe that's 2-mon, 7-mon in the pond, really does not make the 3-6 look very good. Could go back to Tempai here. Does not choose to, though. The 6-mon's just too tough of a push. Away from Tempai is Koike. Could find a challenge, but currently one of her shapes is a Kanchan, that middle weight. Not really good to challenge a dealer Riichi with. And that's a Dora. Well, that signals escape. Well, it just clears. They were back to back in the wall. 3 Haku in a row. And suddenly, Koike wants to get back in. She calls the 2-mon back that she just discarded and drops the Dora. Big chance for Nanami, but she has no draws in the wall. It's Koike who's trying to fight. Plays the 1. That goes through. Nata maybe could have... Yeah, that was the last discard, so... Finds the safe 1-mon. Only one player ended up hitting Tempai. Nanami, the dealer, will get to repeat. Collect some points and aim for an even bigger hand this time around. Yeah, the unseen Dora had gone through the vast majority of the game without declaring its presence, and suddenly all grouped together. Well, look at this. Anko of the East for the dealer, and Penchon in the Sozu is the worst shape, but everything else looking fantastic. 6-mon pair, 3, 3, 4, 5 in the Pinsu, and a floating 7 to extend the shape in the future. This is a big opportunity again for the dealer. Maybe not the biggest value, especially if you open up this hand. But it's very close to Tempai already, and draws the Anko of the 6-mon, so already one away from Tempai. Could even see her cutting away from the Penchon in order to improve one of the shapes. Haven't even really looked at these other hands yet because this dealer hand is so big. Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, how about that? Switch the Penchon for the Dora. A few pairs here for Hinata, but nothing too much. There's 1 Dora in that hand. Also a Dora for Koike. She does have the South pair as well, so can start to open this hand. From second place, wouldn't be too surprised to see that. Back to Ishanten for Nanami.
You see Ishanten, I see Jenn Shanten.
Gonna be counting Jenn Shanten. Suanko possible.
There's 2 triples. It's only 2 Jenn Shanten.
I mean, you have to consider that possibility. Yakuman would be so big. Another pair, this of the Dora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's Chitoi Shanten. South triplet. Koike's hand coming together in a fantastic way. 2 uncles once again, and Ishanten. There's the Dora connector, so A very wide Ishanten for Nanami now. Who can get there first? 7-mon does nothing for Koike. 8-pin, no go. 4-pin would be a nice draw, but the question would be what to wait on as Miyoshi moves into Monzu flush. One so also no go. The hands are all super strong right now. This one, Chitoi, Tempai on the 3, so no Riichi, even though the Tsuji trap is there. We'll see a pawn into Tempai from Miyoshi Honitsu, and can also be Yakuhai if the Haku comes out. 7-pin, that's a Tempai for Koike. Slams the Riichi. Riichi, Dora 1, waiting 6-9 so. Also the South. Riichi South, Dora 1. We'll see a Chi for Tempai. It's Tonki on the Dora. And now Miyoshi needs to reconsider from first place. Is she willing to challenge an 8-pin? Yes. Hinata had been in Damaten. Will she switch out? No, sticks with the 3-so. 3-so Genbutsu. To Koike. Little thought there for Nanami. Could have switched to the 8-so, but instead drops it back and deals in. The 9-so is also the Ura, so this will be the full-blown Mangan for Koike. Yeah, that was a tough spot for Nanami. Do we switch to the 8-so Tonki after creating the Tsuji? But the tile you have to cut is the 6-mon probably. And there's definitely a ton of value in being able to win with the Dora. Unfortunately, Hinata was holding a pair of those Dora tiles, so it's not going to come to fruition. And now, Koike reclaims a lead, 40,300 points. Miyoshi in second at 37,000. Has the dealership. Westwind Dora. 1-pin Anko, 3-3, 4-pin as well for Miyoshi. Shun paired up by Hinata. That is 4 pairs in the hand. Eight pin now pairs up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs, including the Anko shape. Two-mon pulled in, so maybe you can think about moving towards an outside hand. I think Nanami had eyes for that this whole time. Finding a route to increase the value. After taking a 3rd place in game 1, Team Jansoku really desperately need of a positive score here. And so at this point, Nanami probably has to look at winning big hands. You'll see. Are we going to see 5-mon 5-so or just something like the East? It will be the 5-mon.
What a fill-in.
Yeah, Koike is just sort of always seems to be quietly improving the hand. And then suddenly, what looked like a really rough high-pie turns into a really nice Ishanten. 8-mon could think about holding it for potential Ipeiko in the future. Bit of a long shot, but you know, when you're searching for value, that's one option. North pair, Ishantem. Really wanted to play for the Sanchoku, but might just have to give it up now.
Still gonna be an outside hand.
Tempai for the dealer will Dama on the 7-pin for now, and look for a strong Tonki to Riichi. Oh, but the 7 comes out. Will we see the Ron? Yes. She's not going to wait any longer. What do you think about this spot? I feel like a lot of times I end up passing this Ron.
I think as dealer, it's really hard to pass the Roan. You get to continue as dealer. I think if you're gonna,
Well, certainly in this spot,
that's
Miyoshi,
hard
with
to
this
do
Roan,
that.
I think takes over first place. So you definitely have a lot of incentive to take it. Maybe if it was in the spot of Hinata, I might not be satisfied with just 2,400.
Yeah, it'd be. Generally, you don't ever want to pass on Roans, so there has to be a really, really good reason. I think as dealer, it's hard to find a good enough reason because you get another shot at dealer anyway.
I guess my reason is I want 12,000 points, not 2,400.
Yeah, but the worst feeling is if you pass on the Roan and choose a different Tanki and then end up dealing into somebody, which is not rare when you decide to pass up on a Roan. So if I would be more not for Chitoi, but I would be more likely to pass on a Tsumo and do 40-10 reach than I would be to pass on a Roan.
Now, maybe if your plan is to look for the better way, you just cut the 7-pin instead and have a fake Tempai, a no
Yeah.
10, and then wait for your Tonki to come out. That way you don't get tempted to
think-
take a row.
I think that's better. I think if you take the Tempai, then you're planning to win on a Roan. And that's probably why she takes it and she can win on it. She can continue as dealer. She got into first place, and then she can change it if it gets better later.
We'll, of
And
course,
I think it was correct because Koike, as we saw, was also very close to ready with a really strong shapes.
yeah, and hitting Koike directly for the placement change is a big deal. She gets to repeat again, and a lot of pairs again in this hand. Tumon Dora, I think, was paired up for Miyoshi as well, so another potential value hand. This hand looks great for Nanami as like a Riichi Pinshu. Maybe Ipeiko as well, but we are going to see Miyoshi open up, discard away from the 9-so pair. Will be Tanya with Dora 2 at least. Remember, early in the game, she also won an open hand for Hanemon. Little pause here. There are 4 pairs now, and a single copy of the door, so like 4.5 pairs towards Chitoi, but Koike decides better to just cut away with 3-mon before it becomes dangerous. A good thing too, because it's looking like going to be dangerous pretty soon. You'll see too many blocks in this hand, which is a good thing when you are not super close to Tempai. This gives you more options to call. Yeah, I always consider the Dora as half of a pair. Seven soap. Oh, backfire. Well, that goes back. 3-pin, that's a great fill. Now a decision to be made. which pair to cut. Certainly not the 2-mon. 6-pin, 6-pin. 6-pin a central tile as well, so if she does draw the 7-pin, can switch around to use it. Nine-pin. Hinata went away from Itsu Tenpai, actually. Straight in the Pinzu. Does need to find a 2-pin. Oh, wow. Great Uncle Phil. She selected the correct pair, and now Tenpai on 3-6 Mon. Koike, though, finds a Tenpai and will declare the Riichi on the 3-pin. Little declaration tile Suji trap.
Also, no 3-pins out on the board.
When held
Just
by
something in
Nanami.
the wall.
And she can't see the tunes, of course, because Koike has 3 of them. So it's a scary push, and she will not do it. Uh-oh. That's the 3-mon that Miyoshi needs. And it's safe to Koike. But surprise, Dora 2. 5,800 plus the Homba. Becomes 6,100. It is Miyoshi taking over now. Grabs the Riichi stick from Koike as well. Now Hinata.
Remind everyone that even after the final table is over, it's going to be super duper exciting. But we have another final table coming on the JPML English channel at 9 p.m. Eastern, the Masters final table. And there's 3 M-Leaguers on that table.
Wow, a day full of mahjong.
Yeah.
For so Dora, Miyoshi holding 1 copy, really making the most of the dealership. And Hinata, despite the deal in there, still her team had pulled a first place in game 1, and so they maintain a lead. She's doing exactly what her team needs, though. Six-pin, 5, 6, 6, 8. Yamen and Kanchan shape.
But look at Miyoshi's score now. It was definitely good not to let that win. What if she hadn't won after that?
That's
I
true.
think that was the right move to win on that Chitoitsu.
Yeah. What if she had one? Could be up to 50,000. Definitely feeling good about her spot right now. Wants to keep the momentum going.
Ooh. Not gonna settle for a normal hand.
Feels appropriate in this spot. Quickly though, another strong collection of tiles. Probably the strongest of the bunch. 5-pin small, little improvement there towards potential Ipeiko. 1 pin, 1 Diamen down, 2 more to find, Ishanten.
Perfect, Ishanten.
She'll just stalled out a bit here with the draws, not improving in Shanten. Hinata though pulls one of her shapes.
So just now, because Koike took that perfect Ishanten shape and decided not to do the all pairs, but drew the tile that would have tempai'd all pairs.
It's okay.
Instead takes. Yeah, they're much better.
Drew
The only problem is West is her seat wind, so it does not count as Pinfu.
True, but did get the Ipeiko draw, so now Nanami definitely behind in the hand. She usually is. He'll fold away Miyoshi as well. not in a fighting position. This could be fold out from everyone, and just a question of whether or not Koike can find the tsumo.
What would I do without dude? Hey Jen, I was hearing about how liking the stream increases flow. Is that right? Yeah, definitely increases flow. As long as you don't play against other players who are watching the stream. Everyone in the stream will get better flow if you like and subscribe.
Just imagining a table full of stream likers. Just sumo, mangan, sumo, mangan, sumo, mangan. Everyone gets one. Oh, this is tempting. It's really tempting. Can you play 9-so and 9-pin? She tries the 9-pin that goes through. So a little bit suspicious with the early 5-so cut from Koike, but if Miyoshi gets a tempai, it's going to be hard not to challenge. There goes the 9-so. It passes. The 6-so pull is a step closer, but Hinata really doesn't want to deal in. Instead, Koike finds the tsumo. Riichi tsumo ipeiko. No ira. But this a big win on the dealership of Miyoshi. Collects 2 honba alongside 1,000, 2,000.
I'm just gonna say I only won the PML Invitational after becoming a member of the channel. Thank you, Heidi.
And now
And that's another step. That's not just liking and subscribing, actual member.
So many ways to get flow. It's unbelievable.
Somehow they are all related to this stream and YouTube channel.
In South 3, Hinata. Actually, this is a precarious position. There is a risk of falling below Nanami and dropping to 4th place, so Hinata needs to be pretty careful here. In the meantime, Miyoshi and Koike, a mere 2,800 points separates the two, and so 1st place up for grabs. Miyoshi really needs to find a 1st place for Team Jonsuke TV to give her team a shot, a strong shot towards being the champion in Game 3. And Koike, if she can manage a 1st place, would put her team in a definite advantage going into the final game.
So Hinata, if she cannot bring anything together for this dealership, she definitely still wants to stay above Nanami, and it's best for her if Miyoshi gets 1st place and not Koike. Because if you look at the total scores, if the game were to end right now, even with this big negative, Hinata's team, TF Channel, is only 3.5 points away from 1st place Kame. So the worst thing for her would be if Koike actually came back and got 1st place.
This is a really tricky hand to play for Koike. A lot of honor tiles. Honestly, like the makings of a Tsui, so she can find a couple more pairs. I'll start dreaming. We'll start to see it open here. Just play for the shapes that she currently has. 5-so pull. Step closer to Tempai for Nanami.
Lock in those good shapes.
Okay, just locks in the Dora pair and the triplet of 7-so for Miyoshi. Dora 2, quite strong. Another honor tile, my goodness. So another step closer. Hinata, as the dealer, really, really wants a repeat badly here. Interesting choice now. 2nd pair, so 7-pin will come out. No more extension in the pinzu. Oh no, the Hatsu. Ishanten for Nanami. With Red Dragon and West, if she were to declare a Riichi on that Shampo weight, we'll get an extra Han one way or the other. Six, so maybe sliding up. Honored indeed. There's another one, the Haku Anko.
One away now.
Five, so okay. Miyoshi will switch off of the 2-so 1-so now. Almost a pay. I'm imagining that hand without the 7-mon pair and without the 3-5. That would be 2 more otter pairs. It actually was 3, so... Well, now it's turning back into a flush. And honestly, it's been given a lot of time to put this together. She... Second 7-mon comes out. Ishan 10 with 2 sticky tiles in the bins and 1 pin. Maybe not the strongest, as we've already cut one of those. Yoshi considers 6-mon, 5-so. She has to be cautious because Koike has opened so many times. But it really does look like, despite the early 1-pin, a flush might actually be happening because of the 7-mon, 7-mon, and all the late honor cuts. Hard to really believe that, though. 4, 5, 6, Sanchoku Tenpai. Waits on the 7-mon that just came out twice. Perfect timing from Koike to drop those. The tension continues between Miyoshi and Koike. Nanami now considers Haku another Shonpai honor. Cannot drop that one out. There's the 4-so. There's the Tenpai. 3, 6-so. Richidora 2. 2 Ankos. There's the 3-so. Can Hinata stop on this? This is her dealership. She is Tenpai with a Yaku. Could play the 9-mon, but the 8-mon isn't necessarily safe. Tries 8-pin, 8-pin instead. Koike draws the deal and tile as well. We'll play the 7-pin instead. Two of the winners drawn back to back. Well, now 8-mon pull gives Hinata a chance to come back into things with a Tanyao. Nanami does not have the hand to fight. She wants so, no go. That is a central tile, so 9 thinks, reconsiders, 9 out. Just maybe preparing to take a call. Oh, this is the Tenpai. If you could jam the 6-so. But she doesn't like it.
Yeah, she's looking for a reason to jam it. She's looking for...
Counting tiles does give it a try. The Mongun might be worth it, but it does deal in. With Dora 2. No Ura. So just Riichi Dora 2, 5,200. That is a big swing, taking 10,000, well, essentially 10,400 point swing. It's 5,200 directly. And Koike gave it a shot, tried to take first place in an instant. And instead, she will have to work for it on her final dealership.
And it's great for Hinata, like I was saying, the TF channel now back in first place. The scores are way flatter than they were after the first game.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that we would need to see a first place in order to win the title, but Team Kame currently in second place after taking a second place in game 1, and they're almost in the lead. It's possible that they could get there with 3 second places, despite the big first place Oka bonus. We'll see what happens. This dealership's not over yet.
It's really going to come down, it looks like, to the last game, which is good
That's
and more
exactly
exciting.
what we want to see.
But I wonder if we'll see Hinata try and just get a quick win here to lock in the first place. I'm not sure if she's aware of what the total scores are, because they can't see those yellow numbers, of course. And when you're in third place with that big of a negative, it kind of feels dire. So we'll see how cool she is in the moment and able to. It would be definitely beneficial for her to win and keep Koike from winning first place, from getting any hands any wins this hand. Sorry.
Certainly, if Nanami were to jump into third place, that would be a pretty devastating blow for Hinata. So there is some incentive to just try to shut it down. Nanami with 1 copy of the Dora. Not necessarily a value hand unless she plays towards that Dora.
It's 2010 plus Oka.
Yes. It's kind of funny. The gap from 4th to 3rd is from -20 to -10, so 10-point difference. From 2nd to 3rd, -10 to +10 is a 20-point difference. And then from 2nd to 1st, it goes from 10 to 20, so 10 points plus the Oka is a 30-point difference almost. So increasing value to make a placement change higher up. Ooh, is it going to be the dragon coming out? The Dora? Koike could play the Forso first.
Yeah, her hands were going to it, but she stopped herself.
The opportunity to draw the Dora pair is just too good to pass up here, especially with a strong Ishanten.
No, you can't hold on to it any longer.
Yeah, that 6-pin improves the tile acceptance. Ooh, the 3-pin makes me happy, but the 4-pin will go back, so no Sanchoku.
Not the best shapes for Sanchoku, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not. That doesn't stop me from finding a way, but... Okay, Dora drawn. Now that has already come out from Koike, so Miyoshi could a little more comfortably hold on to it. I think Nanami, in addition to passing Hinata, also just wants as many points as possible, given that her team started with a 3rd. I'm sure she's looking for a big value route, although it might not be possible here. Nice 6-so draw, though. Matsu out. Presumably to be followed by the South, and then the 8-mon in play for the Dragon. Although now it's come out twice. So that value route is, well, disappearing rapidly.
Yeah, Nanami only 5,300 away from Hinata, so I think generally in that position you're looking for a Mangan or more.
North, and usually an interesting Chitoi tile. Hinata, though, was in the north seat, so a little bit worse than usual. Also, it's twice cut. Or was twice cut before she dropped the third. Three mon. All the tiles. That lower set. Is it time to drop the south? That is one of her value options. Nanami in the double south position. We'll keep that value route open. Another hand that's going to row 3 with no tempai yet. There's a little bit of a slide. Clicking now with Tanya options. It gives her the option to pull into tempai now, which is quite freeing as the dealer in a spot where you really, really need to find a tempai. Simping out, so a chance towards a normal hand. We are running out of draws. Might need to call her way. Speaking of calls.
Koike teased the tempai.
There were multiple ways of taking that call, but this one leaves a couple 7 pins up to discard later. I believe 4/7 mon, if I remember correctly. With Tanya.
I might have been inclined to own that 3-pin here for Hinata, but
5, so that's a fill into tempai. Here's the question. Should we Riichi to try to maximize the value here, or do we Dama to maximize the win rate? We're already in first place. But we had a fourth place in game 1. It's not necessarily an easy answer. We'll stay with the Dama.
I think there's just too much value in ending Koike's dealership.
I think I agree. And Hinata, with a couple of the deal-in tiles, decides to go with a safe 3-pin. Nanami. Everyone's considering the possible tempais for Koike. Understanding, of course, that if it does go to a draw, we will see another hand. If she wins, we'll also see another hand. So safety is a 4 mon. Gonna go back out. That's going to be the winner. 4 mon and 5 mon. Both were dangerous tiles, so of course she holds on to the wider weights. More valuable one at that. Still, that's 1,500 points directly to Koike.
I think she just saved a reach back there. I'm not sure Koike would have even hesitated against a reach right there.
I agree. I think we would have seen the straight challenge. So save a little bit of points there. Still a gap of about 10,200. Koike can repeat indefinitely, in theory. Not a bad starting set of tiles. Could even just be Tanya. 2 pairs and a triplet. And of course, nice open-ended shapes. 1 Pandora pair for Nanami. A lot of honor tiles, so might think about a flush. Miyoshi doing pretty well. Nice 2-so fill early on. Hinata, a triplet and 2 pairs. We've seen some vertical hands here, and another pair for Koike. Three mon pairs. The Dora is a little bit tricky to use in that hand. She's not necessarily forced to use it though. 6-pin, shot done. This is really fast. Can't even draw the 8-pin into tempai with Ipeiko ideas. Seven-pin first. So Yamen pull for Hinata. 9, so slight improvement of your Ishantan shape. 7, so now can be accepted for Tenpai. Wormon, an interesting idea. If you cut something like 9 so and kept most of your Tenpai draws, and then ended up drawing around the Formon, you can cut 9 pin towards Tanyao. But I think prioritizing the immediate acceptance towards Tenpai is totally fine. We'll see the 1 pin come out and get called. Nanami showing a Mangan, at least threatening as much with the Dorapon. All 4 copies of the 3 pin have been drawn by Hinata. Yet another pair. Not an easy hand for Miyoshi to play. Koike, another 3 so. Back it goes. The Honitsu for Nanami is certainly the big threat on this board. One of the east has come out already, but the other paired honor, the north, is still live. Eight so Anko, that's a Tenpai with slot Anko opportunity. Are we going to see a reach? Koike, considering the threat of Nanami, but even if she deals into Mangan, she still will get second at least. I think we're going to see a reach. 7 pin. Oh, 7 pin. 7 pin and 9 pin both once visible. 9 pin is the door indicator. Huh. But what else are you going to do?
Yeah, I still think the 9 pin is pretty strong weight here, even with 1 showing.
Oh my, Nanami, I don't think you can stop now. There's the 9 pin. Miyoshi definitely doesn't want to deal in here. That might be locked away forever.
Yeah, if it was anyone else, it is probably a good chance of it coming out, but Miyoshi has no reason to take that risk here.
So we look to Nanami to so relatively safe here. And even if it was dangerous, I don't think she'd necessarily stop, but just finding the safest sequence of tiles to discard on her way to Onitsu Tenpai. Unfortunately for Nanami, Hinata's holding all of these 3 pins. Is there a 7 pin live? I don't recall seeing it in any of these hands.
Yeah, I think it's still on the wall.
All right, so there's a chance for Koike, and it would almost have to be at Sumo at this point. There's another pair. So Nanami overblocked at this point. We'll have to choose something to cut. She's already pwned the 1 Pandora. Could play for everything with Toy Toy, but certainly 2 pin leaves the most options available. It is definitely not a safe tile, though. Plays east. Trying to find a balance here. That unlocks the east in Hinata's hand as a safe tile. She'll save that for later.
Hold on to it as a safe. Yeah.
Oh, she finds it!
There's a 7!
The 7 pin Sumo, the only tile in the wall. Riichi Tsumo Sananko, the Mangan for Koike. Unbelievable stuff.
And that's going to shoot her back into first place in this game and a massive lead overall.
Yeah, a first place with that. Oka is going to put Team Kame into a big advantage if she can hang on. The game doesn't end, though. Miyoshi will have a chance to Fire back.
And Hinata wants her to.
Absolutely.
Also devastating for Hinata. She was in first place a second ago and now behind by more than 40 points.
Koike taking the challenge against the Dorapon, even with a limited number of weights, finds one. And has basically made the right decision every time. Another really nice starting hand. Nanami, though, 3 copies of the Dora. Six mon. I mean, this is fantastic. Thinking about maybe holding the 6-0 towards Tanya with potential value routes as well. Just lets it go. 2 mon, another improving draw. Shin is no-go for Nanami Miyoshi. Can she build a Mangan? Well, there's an Anko of Haku. When you have Riichi +1, there's always a chance. Riichi, Haku, Tsumo, and an Ura. Even if you don't have the Dora, Ura can get you there. Slight improvement there for Miyoshi. Pay. One pin towards the flush.
Yeah, I think
5,
okay,
6
going
for
it.
Kokushi.
Kokushi or maybe some kind of Honroto type of hand.
Could see the 7 mon, but that's their Dora connector, so it feels a little bit tough to drop that. Maybe the 2-so instead. Yakuman Tsumo not quite enough. Oh, there's a great draw for Miyoshi. Could be her opportunity. Hinata's actually making progress towards this Kokushi, though. Koike, of course, sits with a beautiful Ishantan. Well, here we go. This is a Tenpai. Does have Tanya as well in the 4-so. The gap is 5,400. Riichi Dora 3 will certainly get you there. We will see the Riichi from Nanami. You know, she might just have to challenge. She needs a first. Plays the safe 5 mon first, but still has plenty of good draws. Honroto Chitoi might be in the cards now for. Oh, but dealer Tenpai. Can Dama try to snipe the 9-pin? Will do so. Oh, but Ipatsumo! Leech, Ipatsumo, Dora. And I see a Mon tile. Looks like just one Ura, so still just the Haneman.
It's going to be enough to overtake Hinata.
Yeah, if she got the 4-so instead of the 1-so, would have been a Baimon. But Nanami will jump back into 3rd place. Koike, though, the big winner, puts Team Kame into a huge advantage going into our final game. With Miyoshi in 2nd place.
Some win conditions there in
Yeah.
the last game. 100-point difference between 1st place and last place.
That's so rough for Hinata, having taken a 1st place in the last game, TF channel. Now taking the unfortunate 4th with that big overtake Tsumo from Nanami. That means...
And she was holding on for so long and staying in it. even being in first place overall partway through that game.
I really stayed away from the big dealings for the most part and got some big tempais of her own. They just didn't come to fruition. Koike and Miyoshi were definitely taking charge of this game.
Yeah, before Koike got that Mangan Sumo, we needed either Hinata or Miyoshi to just win a quick 1,000 point hand, but it did not work out. So now it's going to be a huge lead for Kame going into the last game. But before that, we're going to talk about the tour again. We're going to keep talking about the tour until, well, at least
Until it happens.
as long as there's tickets. Yeah,
That's true.
until it
Once we run out of
happens,
tickets, I guess we're not doing anyone a service by mentioning it, but...
M-League World Reach 2026 US Tour 2-day tournament. After hours fan meetings both in Las Vegas and New York City. Las Vegas fan meeting, the after hours is already sold out, but if you sign up for the tournament, you still get to come there to the reception on Friday night. 2 days of tournaments, photos with the M-Leaguers, signed autograph boards by the M-Leaguers, another autograph board that you can get signed by your favorite M-Leaguer or Yumio Otani or Hiroshi Yamai or myself or Ryoi Hirano or JPML President Shigekazu Moriyama. And that's my recommendation because you never know how many times he's going to make it back to America. I imagine we'll see him in 2028, but you know what? He's one of the first generations, and you don't know how much longer you're going to get to. I don't feel bad about saying this because he said it about Takeo Kojima all the time, from the time I joined JPML 20 years ago. So now it's his turn. Also, like tons of goodies in the grab bags, special exclusively designed things that we will be able to announce soon. Like also vendor booths and what else? Pens. Oh, sticker from Skatebon International, who, by the way, is having Yusong as a guest on Thursday on our podcast. He will also be at this tournament playing. So you get to not only meet M-Leaguers, but also your favorite Mahjong influencers. And I also heard a rumor that Will Hung is coming. I'm not sure if anyone is old enough to remember Will Hung. But he is awesome, positive force that will be at the tournament. And hopefully I'll talk about it so much that Nate will be like, fine, I'm coming.
Eventually you'll get me over.
That's my goal in life. Aidi's gonna be there. Oh, is that oh yeah, cool. That's the link. Kip's gonna be there.
Nice.
Other people are gonna be there. Corak's gonna be there. Somehow he's gonna get plane
He'll
tickets.
find a way. He'll find
or
a
I'm
way.
gonna go give him a piggyback ride from DC.
We're
to-
almost approaching the zone where the tickets are going to get a little cheaper, so
All right.
once they do,
Kip
he'll
also-
get in.
All right, so it's gonna be crazy, incredible times. It's gonna be like Mahjong summer camp, or I don't know, something awesome.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be
We'll
awesome.
do that much for
Awesome
sure.
is the best word to describe it. Yeah. Also, what is it? Early bird tickets still on sale until May 15th. We extended it a bit for the people who are on the fence. Now you definitely want to make it in. 6 auto tables up for grabs. It's crazy. I can't believe there's 6 auto tables and I'm not even playing. I need
You
an
can get an
table.
out table just for showing up. There's a random drawing for it on both
Yeah, I don't know
days.
if commentators are in that drawing or not.
Oh,
It's the name in there, like the Harry Potter goblet when they put someone put his name in, right? Maybe I can do that. Oh, I don't know how Jen's got in there.
you put my name in there too.
All right, so we are going to go into game 3, final game of this final table. Last game of the 2025-2026 Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's Mahjong League season. First dealer is going to be Mika Yuzuki representing TF Channel in the South Sea. Misato Kura representing Kame, who is the first place team right now in the West Sea. Arisa Nakano representing Jansaku TV and Risa Fujine in the North Sea representing Team John Saku. And it says game 2, but this is actually game 3.
Game 3.
Typo.
Let's get it underway. We saw Yuzuki representing TF Channel on table A for a couple of those matches. Performed well for her team. They're relying on her to show us something miraculous here. The final table. I guess TF Channel is not too far behind, so it doesn't need to be a miracle. It just needs to be super strong play, and we're expecting to see that for sure. 8.7 points for TF Channel, but remember, a first place automatically nets you 20 points of Uma and 20 points of Oka as well. Kura, Team Kame, 61.6 in the lead. Jansaku TV, minus 29.8. Jansaku team itself, minus 40.8. They will have the hardest challenge, but if they can earn a first place and Team Kame earn a fourth place, there is a world where you could make something happen. It would need to be a big first, though. And we start off with an early call from Kura. Definitely incentivized to speed things along. Yuzuki as well opens up. Two calls actually now. Drops the Dora. I don't need that. That was going to be... Said that's a different plan. Six pin, great draw. Connects to the 5 pin. And now... all good shapes, but there's the one so pull, and we will move to the Tonki. Toi Toi, Yakuhai, boatload of Fu. Or Yuzuki. Dora 2 for Kuna, though. It's not a cheap hand. And now the 7-so was left over after the 5-so cut. You could have anticipated that the weight was around the 5-so, but now that the 7-so has left the hand, it could be any tile. And when you see the player cutting 5-so, 7-so like that, you kind of suspect that it could be some sort of Tonki swapping or some shift into a flush, which is, flush weight changing as well. After all, we've seen honor tile call, and then a 1-so pawn as well. So you're definitely afraid of the honors and the sozu. But it will not be Yuzuki punting the win. It will not be Kura pulling the win either. Fujine claim it. Or sorry, Nakano. Fujine dealt in. And it's just a 1,000 point hand, shutting down the dealer threat. Wow. Yuzuki will have to find another path in, hopefully in the south rounds. Dealership moves on to Kura. Team Kame still doing quite comfortably here. This hand is amazing, by the way. 6, 7, 8 already completed the Sozu. 4, 4, 4 so as well. And the 1-so pair. Plus a Yankan shape in the Banzu. This is just fantastic. Opener, but no Dora. 5 pin is the Dora. Actually, no one really holding that except for... well, actually, I didn't see any. And I think they are correcting the score right now.
Yeah.
Because I think
Happens
it was
sometimes.
indeed Fujine who did win that hand. 1 mon out. Yeah, there we go.
And that's all done manually as well, so sometimes they have to fix it. Yes, Kate, going to be in Vegas as well. All the cool people are gonna be in Vegas.
Multiple pairs for Yuzuki. Gives her the option to play for the Dora pair as well. Nakano, Chun, no good here. Yeah, really awkward shapes for her. She did with a much better looking hand already, Ishanten. Oh, there's the pair up of the one pin for Yuzuki. Looking good for that Chitoi. Fuchine will actually cut 7, so 8, so keep in mind, of course, that Team Jonsuke looking for a lot of points here, so makes some sense to greed for a little extra value if it's early on and you think you can afford the time. It's so back. So there's some small considerations about holding on to so tiles here, but really just keeping that door acceptance alive. Holding on to the good shapes. There's the 6 so. So we could have had a 3-sided Tenpai here. Riichi, Pihu, and potential Tateniu as well, but understandable to play for the Dora acceptance here and the guaranteed Tateniu. Well, this is a guaranteed Tateniu, but not the weight she's looking for, so back it goes. I like this play. Another Onko drawn. So this is actually Tenpai, but Yuzuki, do you want more? One
Oh,
mod.
interesting. It was Tujen Shanten.
I thought we would see this Suanko play too. Instead, Kura will declare the Riichi first.
I mean, she could have gone with the 4-pin and been Tenpai with a Suanko upgrade possibility.
Yeah, this is exactly the play that I was thinking.
I guess because there's a 1-mon out. Is there 2 1-mons out? There's one here. I guess I only see 1 out.
Yeah, I was looking as well to see there'd be 2. Well, now do we have to challenge anyway? No. Going to continue to play for the big draw. And here's Adora. Also Tenpai. Shampon. 7-mon 2-pin. You might have to challenge the Riichi of the dealer this time with the Dora. There's still a Saranko here. Or just Tsumo Kura. Each Tsumo Ura. A big 2,000 all. This is relieving a lot of pressure for Kura and Team Kame. Getting the early win here. Understands, of course, that Nakano and Fujine have to kind of aim for big hands on their non-dealerships and then aim for repeats as the dealer. So to start off with this lead makes the job for Kura a lot easier. Of course, it looks like a monstrous gap in the yellow live standings because Team Kame currently holds the first place, but that is not a guarantee to stand. Nine Mondora this time around. Nakano with a fast-looking hand, although the value's not really there. Kura, useful 3-mon. Pull a couple pairs. No quick calling route to repeat. Ishanten already for Nakano looking for the pair of the hand. Fujine holding 4 pairs. And a number of pairs as well for Yuzuki. Doesn't necessarily want to play for pairs here, as she does have the Green Dragon pair. Six pin, we'll just go back. 5-pin leads to some sequence options for Fujine. Three-mon back. No Chitoi for Kura. Oh, there's a Tenpai. And she will Riichi, actually choosing the 3-mon weight here. Perhaps because Kura has discarded one already, she wants to target the leader.
She does have one. But she is folding out.
Oh,
So Nakano's biggest hope is that she gets a 6 or something to make the 3-mon look safer after the reach. Now Kura has 2.
at this rate, if it's going to come out, it's almost has to come out from Kura. There's one more left in the wall. Ooh, Ipeiko drawn. The door has cleared already from this Riichi, so the 9-mon can come out safely. And the other idea, thought is that the 5-pin is just another pair. You could play for Chitoi waiting on the Genbutsu Dora. Tenpai for Yuzuki, it is a pair's hand. Triso Dama. We saw this before in the last game, Dama on the 7-pin. And it comes out. I think we're going to see their own for this one. With the Riichi on the board, Yuzuki will just claim it. It's 1,600 plus Honba. Grabs the Riichi stick as well.
TF Channel is the team that has the best shot at overtaking Kame.
They had a...
First place score with Kame as negative will do it.
Right. Well, currently tough to make that happen, but they were 53,000 points back at the start, so 30,000 will be made up from a first place. And then if you get another 20,000 points over.
Yeah, if you can push Kame into 3rd place, that would be perfect.
In that sense, you're almost rooting for Nakano or Fujine to win, a Mangan, and then Yuzuki to win a Hanemon. That would accomplish the goal.
I do like how we're evenly distributed between East and West teams. I don't think that's ever happened before. Of course, the winner last year was a West team. But they were the only ones at the table.
Yuzuki pulling in the 4-mon here looks like a Pinfu type hand. It was hedging an outside shape, but the 8-pin was not connected to instead the central tile. So looks like we're aiming for the standard Riichi, and we'll hold on to the Dora for a while. Fujine, definitely a non-standard hand. This looks like a Kokushi attempt. And I think we're going to see that pretty frequently from Nakano and Fujine on their non-dealer turns. That if they have a hand that looks something like a Kokushi, we'll just see an attempt at it.
Yeah, you just go for it, and the worst that can happen is you'll have to fold. And those 1,000, 2,000 point hands aren't going to help them overtake the deficit at this point.
Fast Tenpai from Kunado. The East Pon. No real value in the hand, but even more than the value of the hand is the value of just moving the rounds forward.
Jenn, how do you think West players differ from East players? Interesting question. I'm not sure I know enough West players, like how they play to determine that. But one thing is, Sumo for Kura. That's going to move the dealership right along. So the thing is, in Western Japan, especially the Osaka area, 3-player has always been the norm. And some people play 3-player so much and only learned 3-player that it takes them a while to realize that 4-player mahjong is actually a thing. Of course, that's changed with M League, but it was actually at one point sort of strange to see 4-player mahjong in Osaka. It was mahjong is a 3-player game was the idea there. So perhaps there's more sort of that sort of hand building because you go for a lot bigger hands in Sama a lot of times, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. I would imagine there'd be some tendency towards that.
That is interesting to hear. I remember walking around Osaka and seeing signs for 3-player mahjong. Those.
Yeah, it's known for 3-player mahjong, and the rules and sort of differ a bit sometimes than Tokyo.
Pretty different from in the U.S. where 3-player is less popular. I want to say. I mean, it still has its fans, but at least competitively, a lot of people look to 4-player. I personally enjoy some Sama though.
We all know how I feel about Sama. Also, West. I'm a West player. I'll say, West Coast.
We have Fujine with the flush building. Actually, calls the North Wind, and this is her turn as the dealer. So, not necessarily going to force maximal value. Just aim to keep repeating indefinitely, but certainly the flush is one path towards value, one away from tempo as well. Paimon can be called into tempai. It is slightly unfortunate because now we are locked into the 2 Honhonitsu. I should say locked. We still have opportunities. You can pull in the red dragon and cut the 7-mon for the Yamen weight. You can even draw a pair of the 2 or 3-mon and end up on the Shampon. But the red dragons are held, so we wouldn't be seeing that anyway.
Oh, Kip's never heard Jen's Sama opinions. My personal streams, another win. It's time for Fujine, so she will continue dealership. I haven't had much time to stream on my own channel in the past couple months because we had so many of these pro commentary streams, but generally I stream almost exclusively Sama because I hate getting 4th place.
That's one of the great things about Sama is you will never get a 4th place.
It's a life hack.
All right, we stay here. Fujine maintains the dealership. One Sodora. Another collection of wins. We have 2 pairs and 2 singletons. So obviously, we're considering Shosushi. Must be considering Shosushi.
You have to consider it, but how early do you start calling? Do you call the first one or the second one?
Part of the problem here is there's no backup, really, with the Yakuhai. It's the south, and, well, it's not the east. She doesn't have the east pair, and that's the only seat win for her. So, yeah, south and west, neither is Yakuhai. Once you call one, you're kind of locked into something weird. Toy Toy, Onitsu.
This thing in Sama is not basically getting 4th. It's no 4th place. I do not accept that premise.
We will see the west immediately called, though. And the backup plan looks to be a flush. Oh, I guess she would have drawn it herself. Or rather, that was Nakano who drew it. Never mind. Four-pin pair. Can we dream of Dian Peiko?
So another thing is that I was trained by people who did a lot more hand building and a lot less efficiency work. And so a lot of those strategies translate to Samma better, probably. So a lot of pros really like playing Samma.
We'll see. Pull into Tempai. Kura just cool and casual. Casually winning, shutting down the dealership. This has been basically all according to plan. Like this, if you were to draw up an east round, Kura would be following that, just ticking off all the boxes. Ended the dealership of my closest competition, won 2,000 all, passed my
Yeah.
dealership without losing anything, ended 2 more dealerships. We're in the south round now, and I've got the lead.
I mean, essentially, she's playing the entire game like it's a South round in first place, which is basically her position. Yeah, hand building versus hand building, you're gonna aim for Yaku more. Maybe not ignore efficiency, but prioritize it over efficiency. And with efficiency, you prioritize speed and, like ID says, tile acceptance.
If you
Generally, you want a good balance between the two of them.
if you prioritize speed, sometimes you end up with, Riichi only, or you end up with Riichi with a bad weight. If you are aiming for hand building, you are more likely to end up with, Riichi Sanchoku or Riichi towards the Dora, or at least having a good weight, because you value the strong shapes.
Yeah, and when I started, there wasn't really a lot of like efficiency books or training or anything. So people were sort of doing their own like research and practice. But so I ended up studying efficiency much later. Still studying efficiency, to be
I
honest.
don't think we ever stop studying efficiency. 7-mon Dora this time around, Yuzuki with the dealership. Kura has another pretty nice hand. She has drawn the Dora into a penchant fill, however. Would like to eke out a little bit more value, maybe with a Riichi. 9-mon, that does allow for the Dora acceptance, but we've already given up on that idea towards more efficient plan. Kura still 2 away. 8-pin fill. 1 away from Tempai now. There's the Dora draw for Yuzuki. Needs more. Well, 1-mon pair could be Ipeko with a 3-mon draw. We'll start with a 7-pin, of course. Also 4 pairs in the hand, including an Onko. And here's a 3-sided Tempai. I think we're going to see a Riichi here.
It is.
Not going to wait for the 6-pin draw towards Tanya. Way more winning options than upgrades.
And Kura's in a place where she can just sit back and fold. There's not gonna wins the hand. That's great. Another dealership moved.
Yeah, honestly,
And
from Kura's position, you're thrilled to see a Riichi from Nakano or Fujine.
yeah, the biggest, her biggest threat is Yuzuki. This is Yuzuki's last dealer turn. So if one of the other players can end that, thank you very much.
And because of that, Yuzuki might not fold in this situation. She is pretty close to first place, though. But once you lose your dealership, you are capped out on the number of wins that you can have.
Yeah, also she first place isn't enough, but Nakano wins on the.
With
What was she winning?
Tuso came out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, from Fujine.
And so that is the end of the dealership. Actually, Kuda, it looks like, according to the scoreboard, has pulled it out, but
So Sama is a lot of a tile efficiency, but also even when playing efficiently, you can get big hands. I think you have to sort of read the other player's speed and decide which way to go, but
that's
generally speed is good.
one of the reasons I like Sama personally, is that you get good practice reading other players' hands. It's so important to do that. And now we have entered an interesting stage of the game. Kuda has the dealership and still maintains the lead here. Yuzuki can win 3 hands for the rest of the game. And those 3 hands, those 3 wins, have to be enough points to jump into first place, and also have enough to overtake the margin necessary, the extra 20,000 points, or knock Kuda below one of the other 2 players.
I think something like a Mangon direct hit from Kura, which means that she either has to have a really sneaky way or not reach. Definitely some sort of direct hit from Kura is going to be Yuzuki's best shot.
This hand might not be what she's looking for. However, the other players are looking somewhat quick. Particularly, Fujine has something spicy brewing down there, with maybe a 1-2-3 Sanchoku or a 2-3-4 Sanchoku. If you do 1-2-3, there's a chance at Chanta or Jinchan as well for big value.
I think Kura is just waiting for an excuse to fold.
That is certainly one of the ways to play your dealership once you've got the big lead. One of the tricky things here is that we do have a green Dragon Dora, and usually there are some signs about, who's got the Dragon Dora, but in this instance, if, say, Yuzuki has an Onko triplet to begin with, and she just stays entirely closed and silent, you could get that position where Kuda deals into it without even knowing that it's so expensive, without Riichi or any other signal. And so at some point, she might just really commit to the folding against Yuzuki. We do have Ishanten for Fujine, who is planning to use the Dora, maybe even just Tonki on it. Use that as the pair of the hand, even with only one copy. 9-pin. Could 7-pin here. It is Tempai, but okay, place the 9-pin back. A large number of the upper pin tiles have come out. 1 9-pin already and 3 copies of the 8-pin. So if you're trying to draw into Tempai with one of those pin tiles and then Tonki on the Dora, 7-pin has 2 tiles versus the 9-pin, which only has 1. One pin Anko is Ishanten. We'll play the more dangerous 5-mon out here and plan for the Dora Tonki as well. This is, of course, incredibly common with these Dragon Doras. When you need points, everyone's going to hold on to their copy. Still 2 in the wall. Yuzuki certainly had the best chance coming in. The scores in white were the scores coming to this game. Kuna had plus 61.9, Yuzuki had plus 8.7, the only other second player. But now that the dealership has passed, the onus might go to maybe Nakano or Fujine, who still have the chance to repeat on their dealership a number of times. I would still say Yuzuki has the best chance even now, though.
As long as you have a dealership, you have a chance. And I actually appreciate how the last place player is the last dealer. A lot of the JPML matches, the first place player is always the last dealer, so it's kind of over a lot of times in South 2.
We do have the Riichi from Nakano waiting on the Green Dragon. We know one of those is held. Two of them now held. We'll see the chasing Riichi for sure. It's Shampon 7-pin and Haku. Sorry, Hatsu. Green Dragon. One remains in the wall. Who does the wall favor? Or does it trap it in the dead wall? Bormon,
Does
no
feel
go.
personal. What?
Are there any 7-pin left over? That is another out for Fujine. No. Looks like two walled, actually. Oh, but Nakano finds one of them, and that will be the direct hit. No Ura. Ichi to our 2 with the Hatsu pair. Collects the sticks as well. So Fujine now over Kura for first place. We see the scores adjust accordingly. Is there an opportunity for the miracle fourth to first comeback? It could happen. Fujine still needs a lot of points.
It's a lot of points and needs to push Kura way down.
Before we get to see that attempt, Nakano will have her dealership. And this is actually kind of interesting because she has the most points to gain from winning hands because she is in last place. That means currently sitting at minus 20 for the Uma, can go all the way up to plus 20 with plus 20 points of Uma, which is a 60-point swing, essentially. So just from going from fourth to first, she can pick up 60 points, plus the value of the hands that she wins along the way. And then also the value of dropping down the placement of Kura. So there is an opportunity here. This does not look like an immediate shutdown hand from Kuna. We have the open already from Nakano with the south call, and Fujine with the triplet of White Dragon, holding on to a copy of the 9-pin Dora. We actually saw the 9-pin Dora immediately discarded by Kuna. Was tough to use in her own hand, and so wants to get it out sooner rather than later. If Yuzuki calls the 9-pin, she'll know that there's a threat over there. And if it goes through cleanly, then one fewer door for the others to use. Yes, the broadcast had turned that off. Usually they do that to make repairs with the scores.
Yeah, it always comes right back. They're doing it all manually, so sometimes there's typos or clicked the wrong player.
I think in this instance, we now see Kura still holding that advantage. And first, for the time being. 9 Pandora. Tricky to use. Could aim for pair.
Yuzuki's hand is so great if she didn't need so many points, which we see a lot because we watch a lot of final tables. I think they had given Fujine an extra 5,000 points, right? That's what the...
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Okay, second call. Nakano threatening. And this is one of those hands that you don't necessarily want to advance. Kura, if she deals into Fujine, that's fine-ish. At least the dealership's moving forward if the value is not that big. But if you deal into Nakano, even if the value is small, you still are not advancing the dealership forward. So points that are given away but not helping you.
You want to talk about flow. That is a great way to completely derail your flow and bleed points and lose a massive lead. I've heard.
Oh, we are seeing 6-mon, 7-mon, but Kura had just gotten into Tempai, waiting for that 3-6-mon Pihu Tanyao. And so it comes to this. Take a pause. Pull up the scores. What do we have?
All right, so Yuzuki has Tsumo, a Yakuman, or can win directly from Kura with 7,700 points. I'm not sure why they have 70. I guess, I don't know. We have Kiriage Mangan and she's not dealer. But anyway, double Yakuman from either of the other two players. Kura can win anything, and the whole tournament is over. Nakano needs a Sanbaimon Sumo or Ron from Yuzuki or Fujine and can just get a Yakuman Ron if it's directly from Kura. Fujine, in order to take first place immediately, she needs double Yakuman Sumo or a Sanbaimon Ron from Kura or a double Yakuman from Yuzuki or Nakano, but she is dealer, so she doesn't have to worry about the conditions quite as much as everyone else does. Holy cow, I'm like the Mahjong angel. Is that what you guys are saying? Ever since meeting Jenn, I keep drawing West Anko when it's Dora. After meeting Jenn at PML Invitation, I ranked up twice in a week. All right. I feel a meme coming on. People are going to start making up stories about I met Jenn and suddenly my Mahjong took off.
So the target for all these players is Kura now. She has to be careful about getting hit directly, especially that condition for Yuzuki. The Mangan Ron condition is actually quite attainable if she can get there silently.
Yeah.
The big reason for that is because if Kura deals into 8,000 points, she will drop not to second place, but to third place below Fujine. And that will be enough to
Yuzuki will
swing
go
the
up to
value.
first place. Yeah, that's exactly the conditions that we talked about at the beginning of the game. Third place for Kura and first place for Yuzuki would be just about enough to completely swing it back the other way.
On the other side, of course, Kura wants to play her hand. If she gets any win, she confirms the victory for her team, and Fujine as well. Any win, and we get to keep playing.
I mean, that's kind of, for Kura, the only way she can really end the game is if she wins any hand, or if they end in a draw and Fujine is not Tempai. Because the other players are not going to win unless it puts their team into first place.
So eventually,
so as long as Fujine is Tempai, the game will keep going forever.
if you assume that the dealer will always be Tempai, then eventually Kura will have to show something. And here we go, maybe showing it right now. 5 so Pon. This looks like a great Tanyao attempt.
We talk about winning only when it puts you into first place. That doesn't apply to just individual games. Generally, you just want to get the best results you can for the hands that you get for that hanchan. But when you get to the final game of the final table, then generally you can only win if it's going to put you into first place. But Fujine is going to reach as dealer. She doesn't have to worry about being first place yet. Just needs to put pressure on the table and try and stay dealer.
Up by though, we'll see the 4-mon jam. Wow, this is brave. There was a 2-pin, 3-pin safety. Could have tried to end it right here, right now.
Yuzuki's gonna back off and hope that she has another chance. Hope that Fujine wins and she can get another shot.
Oh, that was a... So only half of that tile looked like a chase-out. Or so back.
It's like a baccarat squeeze. I see legs.
So Kura on the 2-so and the 7-pin. If you did just the 7-pin. Two of those winners held by our leader. At what point does Kura decide to stop pushing? Is there a tile? Even the door has cleared already. Nakano to just stay away at this point. Yuzuki. Could play for it. But once Yuzuki declares a Riichi, suddenly Kura has all the incentive of the world to fold away. Oh, 7-pin
Dude,
sumo.
I didn't. All right, and we'll see another hand. So we're gonna have conditions up on the screen again.
Each sumo dora and the fu bump as well. 2,600 all. Fujine jumps into first place, so that does change the totals. That also makes things harder for Yuzuki. Now that Mongon direct off of Kura does not put her into first place anymore, so she needs to do even better.
All right, so Yuzuki needs a Hanemon Sumo or a Baimon direct hit from off of Kura. Triple Baimon, triple mon,
Triple yup.
some Baimon, triple Baimon from Fujine. I missed some of the other ones. Hold on, I got it on my screen. 1 second. A double Yakumon from Fujine, sorry, or a triple Baimon from Nakano. Nakano needs a triple Yakumon unless she wins directly off Kura, and then a double Yakumon is fine. Just double Yakumon.
Just double yup.
And then Fujine also has double Yakumon conditions, but we're not going to worry about those because she can just keep winning.
So really the most easily achievable accomplishments here are that Hanemon Sumo from Yuzuki, that any hand from Kura, and then Fujine to keep winning hands. 6-mon Dora this time around. Nakano, Suanko. Yuzuki with a reasonably nice looking hand. How do you make Hanemon out of that? Maybe if you can add some sort of Sanchoku. She has one copy of the door already. Draw more Dora is always a plan.
So for each Dora, we just need 4 more. Sumo. It's 3 more. That's a tough one.
The other thing you can hope is that you can just find a Tempai and have Fujine be Tempai as well, have it go to a draw, collect some points, and get a repeat in. Kind of tricky decision. The 468 Liankan is the weakest shape. There's some Tanyo ideas. Maybe 7 so here. It's just deciding between 788 and 445. 78 sort of the stronger Dianmen, but 455 has better Tanyo leave. Yes, 2010 minus 20, 2010 minus 10 minus 20 plus 20 points of Oka. Oh, 3-pin fill. Maybe 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku to end the season. Speaking of 2, 3, 4, that's a completed shape. Now, Ishan 10 for Fujine.
Yes, you're right, ID. Hi, Cairo. Welcome back. Yeah, so including the Oka, it's plus 40, plus 10, minus 10, minus 20.
Got 8-pin forms a diamond shape, 5 so out. Now, overblocked. Looking for a solidified pair as well. 3-mon improves the shape to Liamen. Fujine looking better and better in this position. We could see her press forward. The only awkward part is that if she does draw 2-mon into Tempai, she will have to give up the 6-mon Dora.
Hold on to it for now, hoping that the 5 fills in first.
I think we may see this as our final Ishanten shape. Stick with these shapes until Tempai. I wonder if Yuzuki considers North-North here just to play for the Tanya. Or even force so preemptively and just stick with the shape she has. Well, 5 so instead, there's a Sanchoku option. Well,
Next Tanyo Pinfu Dora with an Ippatsu Tsumo would be enough. For Yuzuki.
now
They go
North-North.
the north.
All right, so the plan is set. It's going to be maybe Tanyao, Sanshoku 3, 4, 5, Pinfu Dora, then Tsubo.
Well, since she has Tsumo, I think Reach is probably the best option. If she was trying to win on a discard, she'd need a Baimon, and then you could think about Dama, but if you have to Tsumo anyway, you want to give yourself, you want to put pressure on others and give yourself the best chance to Tsumo, I think.
Of course, get it all. For so, not quite it. Reach Tsumo Tanyao Dora, Ura Ura.
ID hoping for Ippatsu and Ura is acceptable. So if you need Ippatsu and Ura, then and you don't win on Ippatsu, then you just don't win after that. If you just need Ura, and that's enough to put you into first place, then you can win and hope for the Ura. That is acceptable.
We did see that, I believe, near the end of the individual finals as well. It was 1 Ura off and just barely missed. 5-mon, that is the ideal Tempai. Each Tanyao Pinfu and the Dora. Or Fujine, big hand. But Yuzuki has taken a step forward. Now, she has to consider that that wasn't the 5 that she was looking for the Sanchoku. Oh, but the 6 is the Ippatsu Dylan.
It's Ippatsu Tanyo Dora.
And Ura.
10,000.
Ichipasu Tanyao Pinfu Dora Ura Haneman.
Oh, the 6 came out,
The
yeah.
6 came out.
18,000.
Well, Yuzuki's condition now evaporates, but Fujine still has it all to play for. On that spot, Yuzuki saw this hand as her opportunity to go for it. Fortunately for her, Fujine needed that exact tile. So they will rebuild the conditions. At this point, we are in Yakuman territory for everyone, except for Kura, of course.
And Fujine can also keep winning. She only needs she still needs Sanbai Manron from Kura. But just Yakuman Sumo would put her in first place overall right now. I think she'll probably just keep trying to win some reasonable hands and get some better win conditions.
So at this point of the game, it is unlikely that Kura is going to bounce out of second place, which means we can assume that the Uma and the Oka will stay as they are, and we're just looking at raw points. So we need to make up this 50,000 point gap step by step. Every Hanemon Sumo is 24,000 points, so a couple Hanemon Sumos and she could be right in range. Especially given that there's Honba, I think 2 Hanemon Sumo might be just taking over.
But now the problem is that Yuzuki and Nakano are both going to be folding to reaches from Fujine. So she's going to have to draw anything that she's going to have to either draw or catch Kura in a...
Tora 3 pulled. Fujine starts with the Mangan showing, but Kura has a really fast hand too, the Hatsu Anko and the South pair as well. We could see a race. This is actually a chance for Kura to deal in. How scared will Kura be about this Dora 3 pawn? 3 so pawn.
She has a really good hand too.
I mean, a direct hit does so much work for Fujine.
Kura already has a triple of the green dragons, a triple of south. Open-endeds in the hand. Another pair already. You can't, I mean, except for that Dora pawn, you can't even, it's really hard to even justify ever folding that hand. And she'll start with pawning the 3 beam because she has the Yakko already with the green dragon.
Away from Tenpai. The race is absolutely on. And the thing is, Yuzuki and Nakano have to drop tiles that will lead them to Yakuman. So there's the 7, so this is a Tenpai. Five, 8 pin. Fujine not yet into Tenpai. But we will see a pawn into a slightly different Ishantan. Six pin, not going to switch the weight here. South is a tile that, if you're building double Yakuman, you kind of need in your own hands. 8, so no go. This game could end at any moment. Fujine, desperate.
I have 8 pin. Have we counted? How many?
Tenpai.
1, 2.
4, 7 pin. There's a
4.
5 pin. Oh, but the sumo
There
back-to-back
it is!
5 pins in the wall. Kura will shut it down. Hatsu only fighting against the dealer Mangan Tenpai. Kura does find the win.
It's the last 5 pin. And she found it.
And that will end the season. A second place for Kura, but that's all she needed. The smiles come out. Uchine, the big first place, gave it a valiant effort for Team Jansuke, Jansaku. Kura, the second place, 15.9, did everything she needed. Nakano in third place and Yuzuki in fourth place. They gave it their best shot as well. Yuzuki in particular.
The names were not lined up with the
faces,
in
but
the left.
and we get the Congratulations to the winning team, Team Kame.
Yep.
We saw
Kura. Okay.
all three players represented in the final series, each playing one game in this order, in fact, from left to right.
The team wins a cash prize that they can split up. Sometimes the sponsor takes some back. Sponsors pay quite a bit for the entry fee for this tournament. I think I know there's an individual trophy. Was there a team trophy?
I think there's a team trophy as well.
There it is. Oh, this is very small. But it's something they can take home, I believe. It's not. There's some that they just reuse, and it's just for presenting. But I think this one they get to take home.
It's a brilliant trophy, and well done. I mean, we saw second place in game one. Koike did a fantastic job in game two to come back despite a pressure from Miyoshi. Team John Saka TV continuing to take over first place. Koike, in the end, in her final leadership, came back and stole first place away. And in the end, Kura did everything that she needed, including forcing some brave fights at the end for her team. Did confirm the victory.
That's Daisuke Tsui there on the right, the play-by-play. He also does play-by-play for things like baseball, like professional baseball in Japan, and other sports as well. So not a mahjong pro, but a true commentary pro.
He does a fantastic job. Koike, arguably the MVP. I think you could make that argument. We also saw Koike as the anchor, in the anchor position for the semifinals. And she did well to get her team into the finals. It actually was really borderline. I believe Tojo Dio was in position to snipe the spot away and drew the wrong tile on Hote. And that...
Yeah, Tojo's team had a huge lead, if I remember correctly.
Koike did...
Maybe that was the quarterfinals.
Jumped ahead. Brought her team into the finals from the semis. So well done.
I would say she was just like totally calm and just playing her best mahjong the entire finals series.
Yeah, we saw that in the finals. A lot of the time she wasn't starting with the best hand. There were other players that had better high-pie, but she continually progressed her hand step by step. And, kind of slowly, kind of silently, we weren't really noticing that the hand as it improved, but then suddenly it was perfect Ishanten or, a strong calling option. And she just found her path into a good template and took advantage of the wins that she got. So extremely well played.
Yeah, great job, everyone on Team Kame. And East took it this year. West took it last year. And we are planning to have a WRC team again this year. Uotani has gone to another team. So Mio and I will be adding another member who will be able to announce fairly soon. I think it's somebody that I think everybody's going to be super excited about this team addition. So we will announce that probably after the Saikyo-sen team battle final session, which we're going to stream this week on Thursday and Friday. That will be the last stream of May. And we do have some giveaway prizes for that stream as well. So make sure you come back this week. If you want more Mahjong today, don't go away because we will be streaming the Masters final table. 3 M-Leaguers. It's going to be crazy high-level Mahjong. 3 M-Leaguers with no red 5s. So it's yeah, super crazy. Lots and lots of high-level mahjong today. That's going to be on the JPML channel, not the JPML English channel, not the WRC channel. But like I said, we'll be back with the WRC channel later this week.
Very good. Well, the players waving goodbye to the fans, so we will wave goodbye to them as well. It was a wonderful season. 2025 through 2026 had a lot of fantastic moments, and I'm really happy that the quarterfinals, the semifinals, even the finals, even going to that last scenario were so exciting that it really does feel good to be able to watch high-level mahjong and have every decision matter. And
Yeah,
very
Fujine made the last few hands super exciting for us.
absolutely, and really happy to share it with all the viewers who stuck it out here for 3 consecutive days of semifinals, 4 consecutive even. It was really, really fun hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, and more viewers coming in. We really appreciate it. It's really fun to have the chat so active while we're commentating. I always like to step away from the mahjong for a second. Sometimes my brain gets overloaded with the fast play, but it's great how many more viewers we have and how the community is growing. We really appreciate you guys.
All right, well, Jen, I know you've got to prep for more commentary on the JPML English channel later tonight, and also yeah, we've got a lot more happening on the WRC channel. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
I don't know if you know, but this US tour, this M League US tour is going to be awesome.
I've heard about this tour. Maybe we should put that up on the screen one more time in case someone has joined in and has missed what we've been sharing.
Now, if you don't know any of these players, you're just getting into Mahjong and you want to learn about the players and why you should come, then make sure you watch that stream because Shiratori there on the right side shows Shiratori. He's going to be playing on the final table in the Masters, and he's won it twice in the past. It's going to be, no, it's an hour and 15 minutes, 10 a.m., so 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I don't know about Central because it's somewhere in the middle. That's all I've ever remembered.
But definitely an hour and 15 minutes. You get to have some dinner and then come back and watch more of Jet.
Yeah, I'm going to have some breakfast. Yep.
Very good.
But
yeah, definitely check it out. I think earlier in the chat we posted the link to tickets. Still some tickets available for the tournament itself in Vegas, but some of the options have already sold out. There's a wait list already, so early bird's still up for 5 more days. Check it out.
yeah, after hours is sold out, but with the reception and the full day of tournament on Saturday and Sunday, also, I don't know if they've announced it, but you know what? I don't care. There's going to be a drawing to have breakfast with the M-Leaguers. On Saturday, we'll have a drawing for Sunday breakfast. So lots and lots of value in there.
You heard it
so
here
many
first. Jen always with the extra announcements. That's why we stick around for this.
Yeah,
Get our
I
segment
don't know
up.
if I'm allowed to even say it, but you know what? I said it. And now we have to deliver. What else should I make up?
Well,
All right, that's it for us.
it was indeed a big shout out to Chiral and Corak for the commentary earlier for Game 1. And Jen, of course, for hanging out for 2 more games. We'll watch more of you later today. And again, thanks to everybody for tuning in, for liking the channel, for subscribing to the channel, for just sharing your voice in the chat. It's been so much fun all season long. We'll look forward to continuing the Sankei Shimbun Cup commentary for the next season, 2026 through 2027, when that does start. It'll be really fun to hear what the new WRC team is going to look like. I cannot wait for that announcement. And so until then, then,
Call your mom.
absolutely.
It's Mother's Day in the US still.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Jen. And
Thank you.
to all the mothers out in chat. And of course, we will catch you all in the next broadcast next week for the continuation of the Psycho-Sen team battle. See you all then.